When he walked in, said email. I said, nah. I said, I'm not trying to read. Well, this is why they said never say never. You actually never know. Morning, people. Good morning. It is Tuesday, the 9th of January. Welcome to TDA, the day after. Your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And you guys always know you're hosted by people, the best people. Yeah. The melanin is missing. So let's introduce ourselves.
Sorry, I'm going to do my best to replace the melanin.
Okay.
Huh?
You got black on.
I kiss you deep. What are we doing?
Yeah, you're going to do well, don't worry.
Hey, go on.
Yeah.
It's your boy, 6 foot plus of pure temptation. Big Marsh on the east side of the bridge. Good morning, people. I feel like I ain't done that in a while.
You haven't, because you missed him. So, as always, the one you love to hate, your favorite shade queen, and always my own royalty.
Morning.
Morning.
Bren is here, as always. How's everyone today?
I'm all right, ready for the world.
Love that.
Refreshed.
Nice.
I'm cool too. Just heard some amazing news to start off this fantastic year.
I know, right?
Beautiful. What's the news?
Amidst all the foolishness going on in the world. You said you got to be here kind of vibe.
You had to be there.
You had to be here, man.
So bloody amazing.
But amidst the foolishness going on in the world,
Onwards and upwards.
it's a lot, you know.
You know what it is?
A lot.
January started
Heavy.
fast.
Big up the queen of BOE. She messaged me yesterday. I said, girl, I'm tired. I was like, she messaged me. I was watching Jonathan Major's interview whilst there was some other stuff that was dropping. I said, I can't keep up.
If he's trying to plead for his innocence in them bell bottom.
Oh. Do you know what's so mad? Because it's actually not long. I wish we could really watch it.
What are them pants called?
Apple bottom jeans. Nah, that man is sweeping the streets, bro. Listen, because it's really only 7 minutes long, and I actually would like. Have you watched it?
No.
Is it possible, Brandon? Can we spare 7 minutes to actually watch it? Because
Yeah, definitely.
honestly,
it would just get pulled on YouTube, but I don't mind.
oh, it will get pulled.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, we can't have that then. But
You
we watch clips.
know what it is?
Can we watch clips?
By this point, he's guilty,
I
innit?
believe so on Twitter. Yeah.
By this point, he's guilty, innit? So it's like...
Because you know what? It's just like, bro, help me help you. I personally, I don't believe him for shit. I'm not saying he did anything or he didn't do anything. I just think that I can't take him seriously. That's the problem.
Okay.
Because he looks like he's in an acting role. Do you know what I mean? He tried to cry a little bit.
Did he?
Yeah, man. He was like, sorry. It's just I haven't seen my daughter in a while. I said, okay.
So why ain't you seeing your daughter? Go see her, man.
Bro!
Maybe like you've been on house
He
arrest.
could have had Meagan Good go see her for him. Anyway.
Hey, you have to send me the fruit, please.
What's
The fruit. Yes.
What's
the point of the interview? Like, he's been found guilty.
Oh, it's the cleanup, isn't it?
It's a cleanup. So basically, ABC...
Then how can you clean up if you're guilty?
No, because ABC is owned by Disney, innit?
Okay.
So obviously Disney, the Marvel, Disney Plus, all that kind of stuff. So essentially, I actually think they're actually trying to help him clean up.
Oh, so you reckon they're going to walk it back? Do you think they're going to give him an avenue back into acting?
I think they
so.
want to try.
They wanted to see,
To see if it ticks.
Oh, that's nice of them. That's a different tactic than the usual.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, because he wasn't guilty of all charges, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was just
It was recklessness. And the guilty stuff that he was guilty for was reckless. I don't think he's not going to jail either. He's just going to get some community service or fine or something.
Oh, you don't reckon he'll go to jail?
Nah, apparently legal experts are saying that it's like he could, but it's unlikely that he will get jail time.
The maximum's a year, isn't it?
Yeah, because he's a first offender, like he's never done anything. It's a misdemeanor.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's gonna go to jail. I think he's just gonna get a thingy. I feel like that's why they're going on this tour. I feel like Marvel had to do what they had to do on account of actually they didn't really have to do that, did they? They made a scene.
What was he in Guardians of the Galaxy or something?
Yeah, it's gonna be
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm thinking Kanan. Was it not Ant-Man?
Kang.
Kang, that's it.
Yeah, his name was Kang, but because I've seen this character is recent. It would have been, would it Guardians?
I don't think so.
Because I haven't.
What was
Adam Thingy was in the last Guardians. It would have been. It must be Guardians, isn't it? Come on, Bard.
Come on, Bard.
Nah, Body's on the break.
Is
Bard
it?
on a break.
Yeah.
Oh, quit during Christmas. Damn.
Recalibrating.
That's another person in the team. Damn.
Last in.
Because it's not that many. It's not like it's just one role. It's just recently come out in it. He's just got the one thing. I was looking forward to the character to seeing the
Yeah, but
character
he
again.
did a slave movie though.
Huh?
He did one that's like where you know when it's like all the Western.
Ant-Man.
No, he did another one.
Was it Ant-Man?
Yeah.
That's a Marvel one, right?
Ant-Man 3.
Oh, it was Ant-Man 3, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the other? Can you find another? He did another film. It's like a black man film. The last black man in something.
The Last Black Man.
Is that what it's called?
Was he in?
Oh,
But
Was he in the Harder Day Fall or whatever it's
That
called?
weird one.
nah.
The one with Idris, the Western.
Yeah.
Is that what's the show called? It's not Harder to Fall.
Harder They Come.
No, they ain't coming nowhere. Go full. No, there was something.
The Western, the
But
Black
how did-
Western, the Black Western. What's that called?
It was How Did They Fall?
It's Harder They Fall, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There was
See?
Devotion.
You're just making me. Come on, man. What's Devotion? Slave movie as well.
No. It's a white man.
Yes,
That's the plane, that's the
last
aeroplane.
black
The
man in
Devotion's
San
aeroplane thing.
Francisco.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh?
The last black man in San Francisco.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
2019.
that's him too.
Yeah, it was him.
I
That was
didn't
more
watch.
his bag though. That was more his slave bag.
What was it? Just one black man in there?
It's the last black man in San Francisco.
Okay,
I reckon he was the last black man in San Francisco.
I didn't watch that one.
To be fair, I feel
Devotion's decent.
He was in White Boy Rick too.
Seen White Boy, right?
Do you know what though? I hate to say it, but the girls did this.
What was his breakout movie?
Okay, so.
What for him? What catapulted him?
Oh, he
into-
was in Lovecraft Country as well.
Yeah,
that was the series,
yeah.
That was wicked. Yeah, that was dope.
Was it?
He
I
was
need to watch
prob-
that.
What?
There's Jungle Land, I Hate the Man in My Basement, It's Gully. There's the Trial of the Chicago 7, Out of Blue, The Understudy, Hostiles, Captive State, The Five Bloods, White Boy Rick,
Okay.
Last Black Man in San Francisco, Magazine Dreams, Avengers Secret Wars, that hasn't come yet. Devotion, How Did They Fall, Creed 3, and Ant-Man.
Oh yeah, he was in Creed 3, remember? And they tried to make it a thing where he was sexy alongside Michael B. Jordan, but maybe Michael B. Jordan is different.
Sorry,
Yeah, I
because
remember
you just
that.
read off this thing and there wasn't none of them
They
wasn't
were
hitting.
really close.
What made him? How did he get here?
How do you mean? He's been acting very well in a lot of movies, isn't it?
Yeah, but there
Yeah,
was a
but what
lot.
was
There was
the-
a PR though with him and Michael B. Jordan because they
How did
literally
you
were.
jump? How did you just? It can't be Lovecraft.
No, I
You
think
would've
it
had
was
to-
Creed 3.
Wouldn't you have to do something big to get the Lovecraft move? There has to be something that pushed him here.
It was Creed 3 because I remember seeing there was a lot around that time. The press was a whole he and Michael B. Jordan being like besties and being best friends and stuff
It might have been Creed 3 for real because who was he before that?
because they were always together.
He was Lovecraft. The fact
That's
he
it, he
got
was
Creed 3
Lovecraft.
because he was Lovecraft.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but
No,
Lovecraft didn't
and-
take like that.
And there was
I
a
didn't watch that. I need to watch it though.
he was a character. I don't was it Ant-Man? I don't know if it was Ant-Man. He was he was Lovecraft. That's why he went
Let me
to
see
Ant-Man.
what the chat's saying.
For me, it
'cause
was Lovecraft
I'm
anyway.
confused into.
For me, it was Lovecraft. Did you watch Lovecraft?
I didn't finish it. It's very weird. There was a lot going on.
Is it?
Yeah, there was lots
That's
going
my
on.
type. That's my type of thing, man.
What kind of
Yeah,
thing? I thought
could
it was
it-
gonna be a sweet love story.
No, it's like a monster.
It is a
horror,
love story. It is a very
thriller.
good, well done love
But not
story.
Beauty and the Beast kind of vibe. Sorry.
It's science fiction.
Yeah,
What is
man.
it?
Yeah.
It's everything. You don't know what you're gonna get with that.
He's just a little nerd, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like a nerd though.
Yeah, the whole set of mysticism involved in that. Ooh, it was nice. And they had sex as well. sex well,
course they
sex
did.
well done.
Not sex well done.
Old school sex.
This is that
Okay.
old school sex.
Love making.
And
Okay.
there was racism in there.
Yeah, hello. Wait there.
They're
Let's see.
saying Kang.
Yeah, he's gonna be there. So he was meant to be Kang in the next Marvel thing that they dropped him from. He ain't got that no more. So that was his next gig that Marvel dropped.
Okay, so they're saying it was Creed. That makes sense.
It was Creed because I remember him and Michael B. Jordan, and obviously you sit next to Michael B. Jordan, you're always gonna look hotter than you are.
No, but he got Creed because he was big.
Yeah, but I never saw him. I only met.
You just read his discography.
I told you Lovecraft was it for me.
Yeah, but Creed was it for me. But I have never watched Creed. I don't know number one, but I know Michael B. Jordan. Fine ass is in there.
Did you know him before Creed?
No,
You did. You must have.
I didn't.
When you saw him on Creed,
I ain't never seen that.
Creed was just the other day.
I haven't even watched Creed.
You just read it.
I just saw him in Michael B. Jordan.
Did you watch him on before Creed?
Lovecraft.
Before
Country.
Lovecraft.
You keep saying that. Run,
You keep
Lovecraft
saying
didn't bang like that.
Exactly. It's not hard to get with
For
murder.
me, it did. And I swear it's for the purists. And when it is that you do well on a niche like that, come on, you get opportunities.
Yeah, no, he is a good actor.
Because Creed is a big opportunity, man.
I think he's a good actor. He's a good
He's
actor,
a
right?
fantastic actor.
Yeah.
Fantastic actor.
Yeah. But big up him anyway. And he's not as... Cat Williams has been a bit dramatic. He's not that bad looking.
Listen, if he fine, then all niggas is fine.
I was watching something else because there's another thing on Word on Road that Cat Williams relates to. And I just clocked that when he was talking, and you know when someone says, oh, you're a goddamn liar, he said, you're a fat phase-on liar. And I just thought that was so damn rude. But I didn't clock that until this morning. I said, how do you say that? I adopted it though. I like that. It's not fat shaming, is it? It's fat shaming, isn't it? I will. Okay, we'll figure out. Well, Emmanuel's left me for dead. So, let's get into our headlines. Better get here before the thing because I can see SMP and I'm not involved.
Onions.
No, they don't.
Where is it?
Onions.
That's not. Okay, yeah, maybe a little bit. Slaps there.
Where's that Puff Puff?
No.
That's a fruit.
It actually looks like Puff Puff though, isn't it? All right, so our first headline is Russia unleashes a missile attack but accidentally bombs occupied area. A Russian warplane has accidentally dropped a bomb on a Ukrainian town in Luhansk, currently occupied by Russians. The bomb, which fell over the town, did not cause any injuries, but comes just days after Moscow accidentally dropped munitions over the village of Petropavlovsk. Meanwhile, at least 4 civilians were killed and nearly all of Ukraine put under an air raid alert on Monday morning as Russia launched its large-scale attack, hitting residential and industrial facilities. Russia stated that they hit military industrial targets in Ukraine from sea and air. However, the governor, Malashko, said residential areas had been struck and not a single military target. And our next headline takes us to China, and Chinese authorities say they have detained a man accused of collecting state secrets for the UK's MI6 intelligence agency. The country's Ministry of State Security posted on its WeChat social media account that the individual is a citizen of a third nation and that the MI6 established an intelligence cooperative relationship with the person in 2015. After that, MI6 instructed the individual to enter China several times and told him to use his public identity as a cover to collect China-related intelligence for British spying. The UK Foreign Office has told Sky News it can neither confirm nor deny allegations relating to intelligence matters. The claims by China are the latest in ongoing heated exchanges that the two countries have traded over accusations of perceived spying. So wait a minute, if I'm on a mission for MI6 and I get caught, do I just go to jail or do they try and bail me out? That's wild.
Ain't it like the Mission Impossible thing where they deny your existence?
You don't exist, baby.
No.
Maybe. Or
That's wild.
Or if it's bait and they know you're a spy and you're a prisoner of war, then maybe they might hold you and then like swap you out.
Try and do a swap.
Swap in the future or something like that.
It depends on how incognito you are. Because spooks. Sorry, somebody's calling. I don't know why they are. Spooks.
Spooks.
Yeah, depending on how deep you are.
Yeah.
If you're one of those ones that have those 007 type of privileges,
Yeah.
then you're not supposed to be alive and things. You're supposed to acknowledge that you're in the country. It's in the home nation. It's not supposed to acknowledge that you're not, because they don't think that what you're doing is spying. So like, Don't know what that person is.
That's almost like an act of war. If we admit that we sent you here to do this,
Then,
that's an act of war. We got to deny it. We don't know who this.
So people that
Don't
join
know who
us
this
know the
psycho
risk
is.
then.
He's a
Sometimes
madman.
We might have to kill you.
So they just know the risk then.
Yeah, they do. And get paid handsomely for it.
Do they?
Yes.
It pays good.
You
I tried to
think
join.
it's-
That's why I tried to join.
It's a voluntary job.
Huh?
Think it's a voluntary job?
Voluntary?
It is. You apply for it. I applied for it.
Yeah, my friend Mrs.
As
tried to
in,
apply to
you
MI5.
volunteer without getting paid.
No. But obviously, just like the nurses are striking, the teachers are striking.
They're not
Even
getting
MI6
nurse-
go strike.
No, they're not getting.
We can't
What makes
afford
you
for
think?
MI6 to strike.
No, what I'm asking is, I'm not saying, I'm not even questioning it. I'm just saying, how do we know for a fact it's well paid? Is what I'm going with.
Oh no, there's definitely well paid. They're doing things on the low.
You would think so, but it's godforsaken island. They got no respect on it.
That's stretching.
They respect their spooks.
No,
Okay.
but to be fair, because we think about it, that if MI6 and then we had a reunion, how would we know? Because they can't come out and get public support.
Police ain't being paid well.
No, you
No one
guys
ain't-
not serious. You guys.
No, we're dead ass. Because if you think about all the government, all the little government establishments and whatnot are not being paid well.
Nobody, only the politicians.
Unless all the budgets are going to MI6. That's why nurses and stuff aren't being paid well.
Next time Ngozi comes on, we'll ask this question because she's spoken to a few spooks.
Okay.
And I could probably call Emily. She knows
Okay.
a few spooks.
You might say their names.
It's too late.
Yeah, because thinking she ain't doing a good job. She's telling she knows some spies.
Bro! I think
be
it's
so
out there
neat,
baiting up their
A
business.
spy. They're not doing a job. I think they're retired.
Okay.
What's killing me?
They're not active.
We've said MI6 so many times. I know they're watching this video right now. I know they are. That's so interesting.
Yeah, I think that they're paid well, man.
They must be. I'm sure they
They're
are.
paid
'cause
like NHS staff.
yeah, I don't
possible.
think. Yeah, I'm sure they are. Because when
I started
when
watching
did
Slow
apply-
Horses, Christy. It looks decent.
What's that?
Slow Horses.
What's that about?
Shamed.
You know when you ask
Shamed-
what something is, someone just says what it is again.
Yeah.
Don't ring the bell the second time.
It's like shamed MI5 agents
Oh.
that when they get shamed, then they get sent to like some building where it's like all like, I don't want to say retired, but like they've just been
Dumped there.
dumped there, just blackballed.
Is that a
Like-
real show or is that like a documentary?
Misfits. It's an actual real show. It's not a documentary, it's a TV show.
And it's called.
Slow Horses. But I think there's...
What
and
does it
then
mean to be
it's-
shamed though?
Huh?
What does it mean to be shamed?
Like everybody say like we're here in this building,
Yeah.
and then like the rejects get sent down to a building in Brixton,
Yeah.
and the Brixton building is just all the TDA rejects. So we don't fire them, but we send them down to do their own little media show in Brixton. You know what I'm trying to say? And all of them are there. Koi, Yusuf, like, what's that one called? Disu. They're all down there. And then when they come to the team meetings, we see them come from Brixton. We're like, look at the Brixton crew.
Not the Brixton division.
Basically, but then they start trying to beat cases and start trying to do that main TJ stuff behind the scenes. And it's a whole thing. It's a good show. It's a good show.
You're not so bad.
But
You didn't even answer my question.
I think...
Question I asked.
Christy, was that a good representation of the show? Did I explain it properly?
Christy's left the chat. So is Brent. I meant, like, what makes an agent a shamed agent?
Failure.
Okay. Well, next headline. Brendan's so quiet.
Brent's
Never heard
still-
him so quiet.
It's
But are you there?
just it's the best comparison I can give. I'm just trying to explain it.
Yeah. So, that's great. All right. Jeffrey Epstein. What's it called? Damn right for this headline. Damn right. So, trigger warning. I guess pedophilia, sexual assault, trafficking, all of that. Oh, look, it's here.
FDC, I would definitely watch that too. It'll probably be better than ours.
What?
That lineup. Can you imagine?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Brixton crew?
It'd be lit.
That would be
The
wild.
division.
hours.
It'd be lit. It'd be lit. You're the topic of the first episode. You are the subject matter of the first episode. That is. You be on Dunaya, you be on Wordon Road, topic of the day. So you. All right, so Jeffrey Epstein. So yeah, trigger warning on this, all that sexual deviance. So Jeffrey Epstein secretly recorded sex tapes of Prince Andrew, Richard Branson and Bill Clinton, the latest unsealed documents have claimed. Sarah Ransom, who gave a victim impact statement ahead of the sentencing of British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell for sex trafficking, appeared to write communications claiming the three were filmed by the paedophile financier. The extracts were flagged by a firm representing Epstein's lawyer, Alan Dershowitz, to demonstrate Miss Ransom manifestly lacks credibility. A US judge ordered hundreds of documents to be unsealed as part of Miss Guthrie's previously settled civil claim against Maxwell, which was filed in 2015. In the document released as part of another tranche published on Monday, Miss Ransom wrote, "When my friend had sexual intercourse with Clinton, Prince Andrew and Richard Branson, sex tapes were in fact filmed on each separate occasion by Jeffrey. Thank God she managed to get a hold of some footage of the filmed sex tapes, which clearly identify the faces of Clinton, Prince Andrew, and Branson having sexual intercourse with her. Frustratingly enough, Epstein was not seen in any of the footage, but he was clever like that. When my friend eventually had the courage to speak out and went to the police in 2008 to report what had happened, nothing was done, and she was utterly humiliated by the police department, where she went to report what had happened with Epstein, Clinton, Branson, and Prince Andrew." If after this, so if the clips exist, do you think that this is enough for the royal family to make Prince Andrew the black sheep of family now?
Probably not.
That's mad.
You know, it's so mad that when you think about that stuff, it's like they definitely done it, you know? Like...
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, they definitely done it though. Because it just makes too much sense. Like, in your mind, like Epstein, Richard Branson, Bill Clinton, when was this? Would have been like late 90s, early 2000s.
Bro.
Like, rich, powerful white
They were
men,
really living their best life.
Can't tell nothing. Of course they do things like this. Like the only thing that's not to be expected that is, I don't understand why it would be underage.
Yeah,
women,
that's
like
what's
that.
bad.
You get me? Like, but
Because
you
of
could
trafficking the girls, innit?
Yeah, but you could just picture these man indulging. Like, of course, Richard Branson and Bill Clinton's on the island slamming up all the gal that they want. Like, of course they are. Like, do you get what I'm saying, though, Brent? Like, it just makes, of course.
I actually didn't expect.
What else
I
are
didn't
they
think Richard
doing?
Branson was involved in any of this.
I didn't know either till you just said it,
Until
but
I just-
it still just makes perfect sense to me. Like, I hear it. Like,
Damn.
it's sick.
Nah, money really is the root of evil, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not with me, though, when God gives it to me. I do a lot of good. But yeah, man, that is it for our headlines. Let's get into our What You Saying topic of the day.
Can't keep a good brother down.
I'm telling you, man, the white man's working overtime. The snow,
In the new year.
yes. The snow,
Gotta
the
pray
traffic,
extra.
everything.
You got to pray some more.
I couldn't. Is it snowing again?
Nah, it was.
I was telling
I
myself.
said it was at 3 p.m. yesterday.
It's the residual effects.
I couldn't believe it. Yes, because I'm so stupid. I was so much in disbelief. I'm walking around saying, "What is this white stuff in the sky?" I'm saying, "What is?" You know, like I was saying, what?
Say it ain't so. I find it
What
funny
is
though
this
because
stuff?
sometimes it's like -2 and stuff and it doesn't snow. But yesterday was like 2 degrees and it was snowing.
No, it took. You know, I'm proper stupid. It took me like 30 seconds to make the connection. Like,
It's snow.
snow, shit. Because I was probably thinking, "What is this? Why is this happening?
Dumb.
What
you
is
thinking
this?"
you had dandruff?
No, it was like ash volcano or something. I don't know. I'm saying, what is this white stuff in the sky?
It's actually crazy. I love snow though. I think it's so pretty.
And I was like, "Ain't no fucking way."
Say it ain't so.
Yeah, it
was.
slow.
It sure was.
I feel like it's going to be a horrible few months, man.
No. It's nearly spring.
It's getting cold though, isn't it?
We say about spring?
It's nearly spring.
Not yet.
Nah,
We're closer to spring than when we started autumn. Autumn was October. Actually, we're halfway. Spring comes in March.
Half.
Yeah, we're just in the middle of it. But it's cold. Like, it's cold.
Well, what's the proper cold month? December, January, February is
No,
cold.
January,
February.
February is when it's coldest.
Yeah, but December can kick sometimes as well.
Yeah,
though.
sometimes it snowed in December before. I remember I've had white Christmases.
Yeah.
It's definitely changed though, because when we was younger,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the colder months were like November, December.
Do you know what pisses me off though? Is when people talk about like having a white Christmas. I just think it's so annoying because the sun is out. Like I was in the supermarket around the Christmas time and this woman was talking about, oh, hopefully it's a white Christmas. I was just like, you uneducated. It's 10 degrees outside, you muppet. I hate stupid small talk.
And these
Shut up!
And these are the people that are going to be voting.
Bro! So hopefully we get a white Christmas. I said, first of all, it's 2 days to Christmas and it's 11 degrees outside and the sun is out.
Hopefully we get a white Christmas 2 days before
you
Christmas
imagine?
is bonkers.
I was so annoyed at her. She wasn't talking to me. I just overheard it and I was like, are you a fool? Anyway, that's the kind of shit that pisses me off. But yeah, topic of the day.
All right. So today's topic of the day. Obviously, I think for the longest while, like especially black people or minorities or people who've got some type of gripe with the system,
Yeah.
rightly or wrongly.
Everybody,
exactly. Everyone talks about representation, right? And how it's necessary. We spoke about it on the show bare times. The necessary things that can come for it that can basically help us, right? Progress and things of that nature. But my question is, how far are we willing to go? Are we really thinking about the implications of this, right? Reason why I mention that is because what happened in Scotland is, I'm going to read a bit of an article, right? Fewer than 1 in 10 Scots from middle-class backgrounds won a place to study law at one of the country's leading universities this year, right? This is thanks to the new S&P policies, right?
Wait, if you're the 1 in 10?
1 in 10 from middle-class backgrounds.
Okay.
Yeah?
Study law.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 7.6%, sorry, where is it? The 7.6% success rate was compared to a 32.7% success rate of the poorest youngsters. So basically, people from poorer backgrounds, 32% of those people made it. People from less poor backgrounds, the middle class, only 7.6% actually made it, right? Yeah. This means that the most deprived youngsters were actually 4.3 times more likely to get a place.
Okay.
Yeah? It's going to make sense.
The more deprived ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were 4.3% more likely. Yeah. Now, on the surface, you may think, okay, why? Or at least, okay, such is life. This time a third, right? Cool. S&P government, their targets state that 20% of students entering university should come from the poorest fifth of Scotland by the end of the decade. So they're putting certain things in place to get the poorest people into university. Right. Nice. Cool. Noble idea. As a result, universities have radically overhauled their admissions policies. For law, Edinburgh University requires applicants from middle class and wealthier families to get 5 hires. I don't know what hires is. Let's just say it's A's, right? They're meant to get 5 hires at A grade. Yeah. However, poorer children who benefit from this widening access agenda need only 4 hires. So people from poor backgrounds are only required, for example, to get B's and C's.
Okay.
People from middle class and wealthier backgrounds have to get A's to get the same position.
Okay.
How does that sound to you?
Sounds fair.
Okay, tell me why.
Because with education, there are other factors that play into how kids do, like how their grades turn out. So, for example, a child in middle class will have a tutor. They have access to different things. They'll have a tutor. They will have like 3 meals a day. They would have their parents who help them do after school activities, which actually helps you with your education. They will also have they're more likely to have their own bedroom and their own space and stuff like that. Kids from poorer backgrounds, they're more likely to not have as many meals as they require. So maybe they only have, the school dinner and whatever it is, but they basically don't eat as they should or even healthily as they should. They also will not have access to tutors. And because they're poorer as well, chances are their living conditions are not great. So all that kind of stuff has an effect on how the kid performs in school. So that's why I think it's fair.
Okay. Marks, Brent, you guys think?
Ain't they just going to get them in more debt?
They're very poor.
They're really poor, they can't even afford it.
But then I guess they'll get better jobs and they'll be able to pay.
And they'll get grants.
There you go. That's true.
I mean, they're not making no concessions for like, you need a certain amount of brains to get these roles and stuff in education, innit?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I suppose I don't know if it's fair or not, but I suppose it will help the.
But should that be the overall goal though? Because if you want, at least in this particular context, it's about law, right? Yes, it's about getting, I guess, the best lawyers, this, that, and the third. But do you feel like that's the best way to remedy this situation? Because you're trying to get more people from poor backgrounds into university, lowering the pass marks for them.
I think it will help Scotland, no? Especially depending on what the population is. If there's more people that fit that category, then there's a bigger pool for them to choose from. Then it's going to help. It's going to help them get more lawyers. There are more poor people than middle class people, innit?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So like, just on a numbers wise, it will make sense for Scotland to do it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Because don't think about like the kids, the middle class kids as well. They're likely to get like better what's it called? Like work experience, all that kind of stuff. Like their family will have network and
not wealthy, middle class.
Yeah, middle class. But then they're in a better position because even with those kids as well, they'll probably go to better schools. They'll probably go to grammar schools and the top schools in the country because of their grades and stuff like that. But then just because I go to a school because of what's available in my area that I live in, I should be allowed to go to still compete to go to the best universities in the country.
I could be wrong here, but I think if not now, in probably like 5-10 years, we'll all be considered middle class.
Not us.
I think so.
Upper class. Let's say it.
Amen.
Imagine, what the hell? You think I'm here for banter? I'm here for shits and
not
giggles?
us. Not us. People that look like us, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, where's the networks? Where's the grammar schools? We're regular folk. You know what I'm saying? It's just people who are a bit poorer than us will get a
But
chance.
you know what's interesting though?
Yeah, but
I think
sorry to cut you. What about the times where it's a level playing field? Yeah. Does it, like, before this initiative, if it's like a level playing field, who's got the favour, the middle class kids or the poorer kids?
middle.
Yeah, I think.
Because of the resources they have. Again, it's about tutoring. It's about the home condition, all that kind of stuff. They're always gonna be favoured because they're always gonna come out with better grades than poorer kids.
So then this is leveling the playing field. So this is for the kids who are as good as their middle class kids, but not financially in a situation able to wherever it may be.
That's because you're assuming, which is probably the case, but that's because we're assuming that we can tangibly say, because you're from a poorer background, right? The only reason you didn't get an A when this guy got an A is because you and your brother and sister are in one room compared to this person who's got another room.
I'm going off sociology though.
Yeah.
Like I actually studied this. Do you know what I mean? So people from lower working class, but obviously back then it was working class, middle class. That was it. So like even like lower working class and stuff like that, the life that they live is very different to the middle class. And also as well, even like your environment, what you're around. If you're in an area where people don't really work, people don't really do these things, all that stuff can affect your mindset. So really and truly, what's really important to them is when they go to school, that's when they're most serious. And then when you get back home, there's kids who are trying to do their homework and the parents like, mate, we've got to do this. And do you get what I mean? Like, it's not going to be taken seriously. But when I'm thinking about it as well, it's just for them to get to uni. When you get to uni, uni does not consider classes. As in, like, there's no social classes that's considered here. There's no social issues considered here. You're just what you do and you submit your assignment anonymously and that's that everyone moves on about it. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, it's saying they can go into uni with B's and whatnot, but when they get to uni anyway, you're gonna have to get the marks to 82 to get first like everybody else.
Yes.
So does that stuff lower the standard, lower the quality?
I think so. Surely it does. Because look at last time when we had the amazing. By the way, I saw him over the holidays as well, man.
Who's that?
Brampton.
Okay.
Oh, my babes. Lovely.
He was waiting for us to start the show and everything.
Oh, nice.
Said he's doing well in Cambridge.
Oh, I love that.
Says a lot of work. I said, but you
Imagine.
can handle it. He said, yes. I said,
Of
all
course,
right.
love that. They need to come back actually when they break
100%.
up for summer.
Yes. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that'd be
chat
nice.
to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, remember we heard from them that they already had that culture from young, from their parents and stuff, of how to learn and the importance of learning and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So like you're saying, we can give you the opportunity to get into uni, But when you get there, you're by yourself. Are they just gonna be able to learn how to perform and dedicate themselves to 5-6 hours a day of study like the other people? Is it really gonna change things?
Sorry, Brent, put that comment back up, please. Ramsey's comment. Thank you. But yeah, that's the thing as well. It's tricky. So Ramsey said in the live chat, says, I disagree. Why lower the standards to become a lawyer for poorer kids? Instead, introduce a scholarship and lower the standards to get the scholarship. That's actually a good idea. If there's more scholarships and stuff available, then they'll sooner they have to work hard and then get the scholarship and then that way make it out the hood.
Okay.
It is tricky though because there are kids who are like, because all that kind of stuff does have an impact on the kids. Obviously, if you're in poorer situations, well, they tend to be the ones from like, domestic violence background, stuff like that. And that does have an impact on them. So it is tricky because you could actually have a child who is been getting A's and whatever, trouble starts at home, and now they're on C's. But you know that child is capable of A. They've always gotten A's.
That's true.
So it's tricky.
But where do you draw the line? Because that same thing could happen to middle class backgrounds. Where, for example, maybe they had a stability of two parents in the household and then they get divorced. And the whole thing just go down. It's like, cool. Because they're middle class, we don't get afforded the same consideration.
Yeah, but you know what it is with middle class though? Again, it's about what's available to them. So in those situations, when your parents are doing better off, you will have more typically you will have more parent attention. So in that situation, yes, the parents are getting a divorce, but there's still a level of care. Do you get me? Like it's emotionally, that's the divorce affected the child, but they can still get the child a tutor if the child not doing well. If they start to see that school's family, whatever, they can get a tutor. For the working class, they might not notice, but even if I did notice, there's not much I can do about it.
I'm agreeing with what you're saying, but remember, just to remind you, remember middle class, regular folk, not the rich ones who can.
Yes, I'm just thinking about middle class.
Yeah, exactly.
How it used to be, but how it is currently though is still people that can afford more than working class.
Not necessarily tutors though. You know what I mean? Like tutors and all the other stuff that go with, you know what I mean? Because
but middle class though, are we defining middle class as how like the ONS defines middle class? Or are we defining middle class based on what we see around and we know that it's the cost of living? Because
let me try and get a
do you get what I
definition
mean?
so that we can think.
Because if it's still defined how it's defined, then that's what I'm referring to, not people that are like struggling. Because at this point, everyone's struggling, boy. Upper class is struggling.
Because I kind of see middle class based on your socioeconomic background, and I don't think like when you consider the average wage in the UK in London anyway, I think it's like what 28k or something, 28k, yeah. Middle class, let's just say that goes up to let's just say 50, 60k, yeah. That's all middle class people.
That's middle class. Yeah, but 27k is not middle class.
You think that's what working class?
Sound like working class money.
Yeah, probably right to be fair.
But they're not giving people raises. You can't be telling me all the NHS staff that's striking every other Monday are middle class. Nah.
No, NHS staff, I think they're middle class. Look, okay. Again, this is just the first
government
thing
is playing
that came
games.
Up. It's the first thing that came up, so I don't know how reliable it is, right? But how much do middle class people earn in UK? They earn 22k to 38k.
Excuse me.
full-time.
Excuse me?
Wait. Let me get something more accurate.
We don't riot enough in this country.
Oh, Bard, your thing is on a break, isn't it?
Yeah, he's...
What defines the classes? Is it a threshold for earnings, or is it
It's like a socioeconomic.
or is it like
It's a combination, yeah.
of like job role and all that kind of stuff?
It's
like,
a combination of things.
Because because
basically, like,
the working class are the workers as well. Like, they're the ones that actually run the country that do the work.
but you know what's crazy? Everyone works. I never understood that.
No, but like, I would say, would it be like the people that work to the actual running of the country, if that makes sense?
Yeah, but
so
I
like
think
a lot of
it's
the
both,
civil
because-
servants,
Yeah.
like retail people that actually like their work is actually like helping the the thing go along in it. Like,
I mean,
like,
I would say-
like boots on the ground.
Yeah.
I thought that there was a
It'll be
working
a
class.
mixture.
That's working
Yeah,
class,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to say. So, but if you could do a job like that, but then earn enough to pass the thing threshold, does that take you into middle class, or
That's
are
why
you
it's
still
tricky.
working class?
Because I feel like it's a socio-economic thing. Because if you've got a bin man, for example, that's earning 85k, I don't think they're gonna see him as upper class or middle class because of the job that he does. Do you get what I mean? But if you've got a teacher, and if you've got like who else can I use? I say a principal of a school
Okay, yeah.
that's earning
Big bread.
50K or like less than the bin man, they'll be seen as middle class because of their job title.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a mixture of things, and also like the areas you live in and stuff like that.
Okay, so this article, Money Farm, and basically it says, what was the middle class income in the UK in 2022, yeah? So according to tasteandbritain.co.uk, the middle class salary in the UK for 2022 was 26,800 per annum, yeah? Of course, the figures swing wildly depending on the geographic region. So while 35,000 was considered the minimum in the north, 60K was the minimum for London. So
Yeah.
Is it anyone below 60K is working
in
class?
London.
In London.
I've always thought that.
So you're saying it doesn't matter what job you're doing, in a sense?
I think, like I was saying, it's a mixture.
Certain
It's a
jobs
mixture.
what could you do? You're not going to get 60K a year.
Yeah, basically. And I think some jobs as well, you can, just because it's not a quote unquote respectable job, so even if you're earning 6 figures, people are not going to, because they don't rate it, they're not going to consider you as a middle class or higher class. It's crazy.
So the point is, yeah, obviously everyone's kind of got their gripe and talking about, okay, yeah, this should be put in place to kind of level the playing field and things of that nature. But how far did we go? So let's just say, for example, there's a particular field where it's like, cool, there's no representation. Let's just say in the judiciary system, no black people there. Are you guys happy if the government says, you know what, for black people, we're going to lower the pass mark so that we can get more black people into like university studying law? Or are you still going to say, you know what, no, let's just keep the standard what it is?
No, I don't like struggle. I ain't never liked struggle. Yes, please. I'll take it.
Yeah, but then it's like, you do lowering the standard, then that
Just for black people though.
That will come with a stigma though. Like,
I don't mind that.
Depending on whatever the field is, if I know that they lowered the standard for black people, moving forward, I might not want any. Let's say it's just, I don't know, solicitor then. And in 10 years' time, and I know that there was an initiative that they lowered the standard for black people to get in 10 years' time, I might want my solicitors to be white.
Yeah, but I'm
Because
like,
you are going to be, not necessarily, it's obviously I don't know how the metrics, how you do it, but you might be worse because they lowered the standard for everybody to get in. So all you black ones are not necessarily as good as the white ones.
Yeah.
Because them ones was held to a higher standard.
but you know what it is? But that's kind of done in most areas. Even when we think about like the whole diversity and inclusion initiatives, that is that. That's you not wanting black people in your organization, and then thinking, you know what, actually, we need to balance the books a bit. Okay, we'll let a black person in. They might not always go for the competent person. Just let a black person in.
That's not. I mean, obviously representation is good. It depends. We don't want standards to slip.
No, but then, no, I don't mind standing sleeping if it's gonna get me where I need to go. Obviously, I really
personally,
don't.
but in them token gestures, in what that the customer or whoever's going to be a recipient of that service, they would care. Like so, for you personally, obviously from selfish intent, yeah, cool. Like I said, no, I don't want no struggle.
But how many people look at the origin of why something's happened there?
They don't. They're for real.
They don't. So if I'm going to look for a lawyer, I'm looking for a lawyer, and also because I feel like you can't lower the standards all the way from primary school all the way to when people get jobs. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So when the standard is lowered, it's essentially for them to get in, and as soon as you get in, it's up to you now to stay here. So if the standard is going to be lowered for me to get into somewhere, that's fine. But while I'm in here, I'm going to prove why it is that I should have always been here in the first place.
But does it work as simple as that though? In terms of like, can you just switch it on and be like, yeah, I can prove that I'm here?
No, but I think again, it's about what it is that you're now around.
Okay.
When you're like our Cambridge kids were saying, like when you're around excellence and you're around people being serious and you don't want to be the slacker. I actually feel like psychologically that does something to human beings, and you step up. It's only white people that get to be mediocre. Black people in every era don't get to be mediocre. We always, even when you've achieved that and you've worked hard to get there, you still always feel like there's something to prove. You're never allowed to slip up. So that part of society will never change in terms of us having to prove more than anybody else. But I don't think it's a bad thing to give people a handout, especially when there's other factors that are not taken into consideration when these grades and whatever else are set.
Okay. I just wanted to read out another bunch of statistics, just about the whole middle class, upper class, just to kind of bring some consistency. Basically, in this other website, upthegames.co.uk, what salary is middle class? Those who fall into the category middle class earn the median average wage, right? So in the UK, this means that a salary of around 33,000 would mean that you're middle class. This is in UK. Obviously, like we said, I think we said that before anyway, but in London, it's about 60k, right? But in the UK, if you earn about 33k, you are middle class. What salary is the upper class? Well, they said that there's different ways of determining what consider somebody upper class. But if you were to look at the top 10% of earners, 60k in the UK would qualify you to be upper class. So if you get in 60k, you are top 10% in the UK.
Okay.
And that'll be upper class.
Black Rob also says recent studies reveal a high dropout rate among minority college students admitted under affirmative action programs. At UC Berkeley, for example, only 45% of black students.
Yeah.
Of what? Is it continued tonight?
Admitted in 1984, had graduated by 1989.
Okay.
Compared to 73% of Anglos.
Stats are quite old. 84 to 89. But we get the point, basically. You know what I'm saying?
I need up-to-date stats. That when they like fighting slaves and lynching them back then.
That's 40 years ago, mate.
Bro, I need up-to-date situation. I need the up-to-date stats.
You say they dropped out because you got lynched?
No, I didn't. I didn't say nothing. I said when they like fighting slaves and shit around that time. I don't know what the economy was. The climate.
In 84.
You say, sorry, excuse me. You're laughing?
He's laughing too hard at your expense.
No, wait.
No, Brent knows why I'm laughing.
No. Was there not a lynching last year?
No, Ezra, trust me. He knows why I'm laughing. I'll tell you the transition.
Okay.
And if Mark thinks about it, he will know why I'm laughing as well.
Wait, he's not born in 84?
No.
I think maybe this is like a long time ago's days.
But
long time ago.
Anyway, right? The reason why I'm saying this is because if we really are we really thinking about the implications of this? Because yes, obviously we may be in that situation where it's like, cool, this is what we would want for ourselves. Looking at the stats though, if your kid is going to uni outside of London and you consider it middle class, it's at a third. Remember, all you need to kind of be earning is 33k to be deemed middle class. That means they will need to be getting more A's than somebody whose parents is on what? Less than 27k, right? So it's going to be harder. That difference of, let's just say 5, 6, 7k that determines you from being middle class and lower class isn't really enough to keep you going to tutoring consistently and changing their lifestyle that dramatically where you think, well, at least this is what I'm asking, where that child will be that much better off to be able to sit the same exam as somebody else and definitely get that many more grades better than that person. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not.
And they'll just be losing out because, you're trying to help the poor background. I mean, the intention is good, but I don't know if that works. And this is where I kind of want to relate it to. And this is why I mentioned the whole thing about race. So there's this Asian guy, right, who was in America. Brent, if you can you put up this guy's name? His name is Vijay, Jojo. I think the rest of it should come up. He's the author of a book called Almost Black. So this guy is like South Asian, I believe anyway, Asian American. So this guy decided, you know what? I've got a GPA of 3.1. This ain't good enough to go medical school. But I recognize that they're lowering the standards for black people. So he said, you know what? I'm going to use my middle name. Jojo is my first name. I'm going to shave my hair.
Not Jojo.
This done hair, right? I'm going to shave my hair.
Jeez, that's such...
You know what I'm saying? You're laughing. We're not thinking about this though. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to shave my hair, use my middle name, and I'm going to cut my eyelashes and all this other stuff, right? And I'm going to put down on my thingy that I'm black, right? Or some other ambiguous minority thing. This guy got into medical school. He got accepted at St. Louis Medical School.
Jojo.
Yeah. Jojo.
Anybody trying to have a doctor named Dr. Jojo? I don't take that shit seriously.
You say his name's VJ,
Yeah, his first name.
and you just said no. Actually, I'm Jojo.
Yeah, he just applied with
Dr.
Jojo.
Page and Dr.
His
Jojo.
name's VJ Jojo Chokol Ingham. He's an Asian man, straight bona fide, no black inside,
And he went in.
and he made it in. He actually got weighted at the top 3 and 4 medical university in the country. 3.1, you know,
That's mad.
right? Didn't get in, obviously, but got accepted to do medicine because he shaved his head, called himself Jojo, and said he was
Cut his
black.
eyelashes off.
Yeah, said he was black.
So what kind of numbers do you normally need to get in there?
3.7 minimum. 3.1, you know.
Yeah, because it's initiative, innit?
That's what I'm saying. So
But
now this guy will be your doctor.
No, man.
God forbid.
I could never have a doctor by nickname. That's some crazy ass
You know what I'm saying?
bullshit.
You tell him your
I go in there
knees
for my
hurting.
heart, next my kidney's missing. Hell
Exactly.
no,
Exactly.
Jojo.
Exactly.
Fuck around and give me a BBL. Hell no. Yeah, but you know, I get the initiative, man. I get the initiative because them poor kids have it hard, man. Because again, it's about what's available, and I think for initiatives to have to be created for them, there's a reason why. There would be a lot of lobbying and stuff like that to make it happen.
But it doesn't work because then you get people trying to think of ways to get around the system. So you get this man who's not good enough, who's not black, getting in the place of somebody else who is black. You know what I'm saying? Potentially.
Yeah, stealing the place. So he'd been arrested anyway.
And you also, he didn't go on to do it because he was just trying to make a point.
Oh, okay.
But he made a point about saying, I think the stats at a certain point, maybe 5-6 years ago, Harvard was the first time Harvard had more ethnic minorities being accepted than any other race group. And he was saying it's not because people really were, the majority was ethnic minorities, but it's because people recognize I could get in easier if I said,
I was ethnic.
I was an ethnic minority.
Maybe that's what that girl did. Richard Dolezal.
Maybe. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of these things that we're thinking potentially, it helps us. Really, it's setting us back. Potentially.
Yeah, because people are abusing it.
This is it.
But if people aren't abusing it, though, do you still think it's not a good thing?
I think on paper it is. It's kind of how, I don't want to make this about economics and stuff, but it's kind of how I see this socialism, capitalism debate.
Yeah.
It's like you try your best to try and help people you don't have. But the implication of that is that people will always find workarounds and then make it worse for the people you're trying to help.
There's got to be a different way to support people rather than making things meaty.
Yeah.
But even if it was scholarships, there people can still Jojo
Yeah.
would
But
still
even so-
present and get one.
Like, I was just see someone say like, there's pissed with VJ or Jojo, whatever his name is, and say, no, that could have been, he took a black person's spot kind of thing, yeah. But to me, it doesn't make a difference whether it was black, pink, blue, or thing, because the same person in that spot would have got in with the 3.1, and the 3.1 is meaty.
It is, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but-
so I was saying, like, let's not lower the there must be a workaround to keep the standards high and help people.
Yeah.
See what I'm trying to say, to help people of color, because to me, I'm saying that doesn't matter who that spot going to if he's going to give it to someone that's 3.1.
Yeah.
We want to keep the standards.
But do you know, I think the issue
standards.
is,
Exactly.
I think the issue though is I think it's harder to do it that way though, because again, it will be about, so say there's no lowering of grades for this ethnic minority students or poorer kids or whatever it is, yeah. The school they've gone to from primary school, from nursery, can define how it is that their life turns out.
Most definitely.
So how do you then create these initiatives from inception when again the areas they're from poor areas? So again, the facilities that they have in these areas, the government does not invest in these areas. So the school they go to is not a school. It's a school that lacks funding. It's a school that lacks teachers. It's a school that lacks materials, all that kind of stuff. Like, how do you? I feel like it's more expensive, looking from the government's point of view, to do that from inception than allow kids with a couple 0 points go in.
I'll be honest with you, personally, I just feel like there's too many factors out there to consider to try and manipulate things as human beings and accurately try and make the playing field level. I personally just believe it's just going to take time. And it's going to take people like us who were once working class, becoming middle class, trying our best, doing our best for our kids, becoming upper class or whatever it may be, and just changing it organically. Yes, some people are going to get left behind. Just natural. That's just how it is in life.
Yeah, but
There's
do you
always going to
really
be poor
think, though,
and rich.
we can change a system that we did not set, that was not made for us?
Not at all. Not at all.
Of course we can't.
Not at all.
So
But
what's more realistic for me is lower the grades a little bit for the poorer kids to go in.
But the standard of living will be such where it just won't benefit us. And then you get the rich saying, okay, this justifies why I keep the money to ourselves, why we keep it in our communities, and why we do everything alone. And then the standard, it's kind of like saying to somebody, okay, cool, we're going to lower the standard of doctors, right, so we can get more representation. Then rich people say, okay, I'm just going to keep going private healthcare, for example. And then they put more money into private healthcare. They give better salaries to those who actually got, let's just say, all A's.
Yeah.
So the best doctors go to the private sector.
Yeah.
The lower graded doctors go to the poorer sector. And then when we don't get the best results from our healthcare, we complain about, okay, why is it we're longer waiting lists? Why is it that I'm not getting the same care? Because you've lowered the actual rating system. And so you're kind of predetermined that people from a lower economic background will just get the poorer standards of life in everything.
Yeah, but though, even with the percentages and stuff of entries allowing people from poorer backgrounds to come in, it's not like 50% or 65% or 70% or anything like that. It's a crumb. I'm trying to say to you. So it'd be like, let's just say 3% of the admissions that we make are going to be with kids from lower backgrounds.
Oh, no. I get what you're saying. I think maybe in some cases that's the case, innit?
Yeah.
But if you look at here, we saw that only 1% of the middle class made it.
Yeah.
But what was it? It was basically like 7.6% of middle class people made it.
Yeah.
33% of poorer people made it. That's huge. You know what I'm saying? That's a complete change.
But is it like a one-off year? Or they kind of catch up on previous years?
This was just 1 year.
That's nearly half.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
But then again, maybe they know they're going to drop out. Because again, if we go by Black Rob's
then we're wasting money then.
Thingy.
They were just wasting money and opportunities.
Yeah, but that happens.
What
Some of the white kids going this out doing drugs to become, what's that guy from, what's Tariq's friend called? Brandon or Braden, whatever.
Braden.
Do you know what I mean? Them little trust fund kids.
But then at least give them an opportunity to mess up and let them do it themselves and be done.
It's just tricky because there are kids that are very smart and all that kind of stuff, but they don't have enough poured into them.
Yeah.
Even when you go to obviously public and private school is different, but when you go to even both in public, when you go to a grammar school and a non-grammar school, school, it's the standards on quality is different.
100%.
The attention teachers give is different. The way they care about the education is different. All that stuff contributes to that. So you can have a kid who's not in a grammar school who's trying as hard as they can and doing everything they can, but again, because they're not getting enough attention and whatnot, that means that unfortunately they're just behind their peers. I don't think that's fair.
It's not fair, but a lot of the responsibility I think should fall on the parents and the decision that
you
they
would
make.
think that, but unfortunately though, it can't because again the parents are poor. The parents don't have great jobs for whatever reason. They might be immigrants, so the education they have is limited. So there's so many other factors where, of course, it should fall on the parents. Yes, but if your parents don't have education themselves, how are they going to help you with their homework?
It's true, but why we take... Trust me, I fully understand what you're saying, but I just feel... I'm always going to feel some type of way about taking from other people to give to others. I think more the effort and the creativity needs to go into lifting people up from the bottom, period, instead of taking people from a higher position to try and balance things out.
But the thing though, even when it is level playing field, though, there are other factors that institutional racism is a factor in every single institution.
Yeah.
So even when it's a quote unquote level playing field, it's never going to be a level playing field. So I'll always be here for the minority getting, I'll always be here for initiatives that ensure that minorities are in the places that, quite honestly, they deserve to be as well. Because even if there's no initiative to help the poorer kids get into university, university will see your name and they'll be like, actually, nah, we don't want too many blacks because we've got an image that we want and we want to keep. And unfortunately, that is the reality. So even obviously speaking in this country, that is the reality. Minorities are disadvantaged, whether you came out of Cambridge, Oxford, Harvard, wherever you came from. Being a minority already puts you at a disadvantage to your white counterparts. That I'm here for any initiative, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
Remind me, I like a gift. So.
Brent,
Boom.
what's your thoughts on this? How far should we go with trying to level the playing field?
I think I liked Ramsey's suggestion.
Okay.
I think we should lower the standards for scholarships.
Okay.
I don't think we should lower the grades and stuff. What you would need to get the grades and stuff. That's what you're asking me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, sorry. Now that you said that, I'm thinking about it. is there any real need to lower the standards for scholarships, or just to give scholarships to people from those backgrounds only, if that makes sense? Because why do you have to lower the standard? Surely the scholarships for those who can't afford it, period. So just
Add more, as in give up more scholarships, you mean?
yeah, instead of lowering the standard for it, because it's only
I thought
it
you had
should
to
only
meet a particular requirement to get the scholarships, right?
yeah, that is true. So basically, if people don't, then I guess no one takes a scholarship in it. Yeah. It's a
Someone
tricky
said lowering the grade requirement doesn't necessarily mean every black ethnic person that is admitted to the university would have achieved that lower standard.
Of course not.
Because you know what I mean? Because some schools as well, depending on the kind of school, like getting an A in my school could be harder than another student in another school getting an A.
What, same exam?
Yeah, same exam.
How? Explain.
I don't know. But just good what I've said, innit? There's that. Because even when you think about that, because obviously, actually, even with students, sometimes they get admitted based on your, what's that thing? Predicted grades.
Okay, yeah.
So getting an A in my school is easier than you getting an A in your school, right?
True.
So I get predicted an A, I get predicted a B. They might look at my mocks and be like, oh, because obviously they look at your mocks and whatever as well. They think, oh, she's been getting A's all year. Do you know what? We're going to give you a conditional offer. No, so unconditional offer.
Yeah.
So wherever you get, babe, you get to come in here. But when I sit AQA's exam, I've come up with a C now. Do you get me? So I feel like in general, there's always going to be some kind of disparities. Because again, also as well, when you think about the resources and stuff available, I guess is where getting an A and here or whatever could be more difficult. In that school where they give more time and whatnot, and the plan is great and whatever, they've covered more than what's happening in the curriculum, right? This school that doesn't have more, that much resources and whatnot, we've covered majority of it. So when I say the exam, even though, I am really an A student, I'm getting A's and whatnot, because we haven't covered everything fully, I could get a B. And then that student, because their school had resources, they've covered an A. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because I remember, there was one of my business studies teachers one time, she hadn't taught us break even in business studies. And I remember that my friend was shouting at her. It was so funny. And she's like, oh, Dad, don't worry about that topic. It's not going to come up. She's like, it hasn't come up in 7 years. Yo. And usually when it comes up as well in the business studies exam, it's a 2-mark question. Guys, we opened the book.
Oh, man.
The first question was break even, and it was 13 marks.
Imagine.
My friend Rianne was livid. She was like, God, she told the teacher, she was just like, I'm just so sorry. I'm so sorry. But I went to a really good school. I went to a grammar school. And again, like, for whatever reason, she was just like, oh, do you know what? This never really comes up in exams. So I'm going to breeze over it. It's okay. We go in there, they asked us to calculate break-evens. We were like, what's the formula?
That's crazy.
Did you get me? And that was a lot of marks because all we had to do was we just winged it.
That's even in a grammar school.
And that's a good school.
Boy.
It's tricky, man. But
it is. But yeah. I guess we can kind of wrap up there. To be fair.
All right. Take your kids to good schools and get you a partner that can help your kids with homework. That's one of my worst fears.
Are you gonna be able to do that?
I don't want to help my kids with homework.
Are you even gonna know ain't the metrics gonna change by then?
What? Your maths is gonna change.
You forget
the same formula.
The algorithm's gonna be different, man. Like, it's not gonna be the same.
I'll just get an AI.
They're gonna be talking just using different language and that.
That's the same language, you know. It's the same language. When I look at my sister's homework, I'm like, I remember these words, algebra and all them stuff. But I don't want to help my kids with homework. I've always said that.
What?
I don't care. I don't have the patience to teach people stuff. I don't want to see how many apples flipping Johnny has. I don't care. So I'm gonna marry a smart man. I mean, I don't like dumb guys anyway. So I'm gonna marry a smart man that, is happy to help the kids with homework because I would not be doing that.
Is that a red flag?
A dumb guy?
No. A guy who has everything, but he's not prepared to help the kids with homework.
I don't know. Actually, you know what? There's room for one red flag like that in a relationship, and I already called it. Oh dear. Well, yeah. All right. Let's get to our next headlines.
All right. So our next headline Not too sure if you guys heard about this, but Idris Elba has urged the government to immediately ban machetes and zombie knives, right? Saying it's time to push the agenda as strongly as we can.
Illegal. What's man talking about? Knives are
Trying to make them extra illegal.
Huh?
Trying to make them extra illegal.
Just to say, make them more illegal than
More
they was
illegal than
before.
they already are, yeah, man.
Okay, that's a good initiative. Let's go with that one.
So he's launched a campaign called Don't Stop Your Future. And he was speaking to Sky News, and he basically said that the nation wants to see that we do care about our youth. Idris Elba is also lobbying for more funding in youth services and is releasing a song titled Knives Down in an effort to tackle serious youth violence across the UK.
Ah, we got the inside scoop. Brent. Knives Down. Come on. It's there. We know what. Go on.
Okay, that's great.
Do you remember what I'm talking about? The brother
Did you
showed
say
us
no?
the brother showed us the video. Concentrate, man. All right, forget it.
It's only because something popped on my screen.
We seen
Disrupted me.
the white brother playing the solicitors in the video. Knives Down. Idris Elba.
That's the same one.
Oh, okay. No, yeah.
Are you going to be the one helping your kids at homework?
No, he's not.
Love you.
You would understand because a picture just popped up, right?
Yeah.
And it's pretty. So my head's all over the place.
Okay.
Oh, you're looking
Yeah.
So you're looking at Yash at 9:12 in
No,
the
it's a
morning.
face. It's a face. But listen. Context for everybody listening. Obviously,
Can you say it?
yeah. We
Okay.
filmed something at Margaret's place just before we broke up for Christmas, and it was a white guy. He was an actor. He was Scottish, and he said, "Oh, I met one of you guys." I said, "One of our guys." He said, "Yeah, one of you." I said, "Black people." Yeah. And it happened to be Idris. And he happened to be filming
sick.
that same music video.
There you go.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Have you watched it? Did you peep him in it?
It was like stills.
Oh, was it okay?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like stills.
Oh, that's cool. Big up him.
And it was with a rapper. But he wasn't sure what rapper it was.
Of course it wasn't.
course
he
he
just
wouldn't
he
know.
said I saw one of you.
Yeah.
He said I saw your cousin yesterday.
He's like, yeah, I'm sure you know him. He showed me the pictures. I'm looking at him. No.
Nope. Oh my gosh. My people are so funny. So funny.
Telling you, man. But yes, Idris Elba, he's urged the government to convene a cross-party, cross-governmental working group that brings together stakeholders who have a role to play in tackling knife crime. The Home Office said that in August 2023, that tougher measures on machetes and zombie-style knives would be introduced but Parliament has been slow to pass new legislation.
Sorry, does he just mean that people shouldn't be able to buy it in the country?
I think so.
That's what he means, isn't it?
Stop them coming in completely,
Okay, yeah, it makes more sense then. Because they're already illegal, right?
for sure.
Yeah. Thanks, genius. Okay, that makes sense what he's doing there. Like, how are you going to lobby for it to be extra? Make it illegal twice.
Oh, you say they should not be able to purchase these?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
That's fair.
My next headline takes us to Bangladesh, where in an election that has been tainted by violence and a boycott from the main opposition party, the 76-year-old Sheikh Hasina came out on top in the polls. The win means that the 76-year-old has become the country's longest-serving leader, but opposition leader Khalida Zia has refused to accept the outcome. Both Miss Hasina and Miss Zia have run the country alternately for many years, but their rivalry has fueled violence and a polarized political landscape in the country. In the build-up to the election, there were at least 18 arson attacks, including one on a train on Friday night that resulted in 4 deaths. Miss Hasina will serve her 4th term, lasting 5 years, making her 81 by the end of the term as Prime Minister. And our last headline is about basically Apollo missions, man. So Peregrine Mission 1, which took off at 7:18 a.m. on Monday morning, could be the first US spacecraft that lands on the moon's surface since Apollo 17 in 1972. The robotic lander is under the control of the American company Astrobotic, who have been paid $108 million, which is £85 million, by NASA for 5 scientific instruments to be carried to the moon. The lander is also carrying DNA of Star Trek icons and famous former US presidents, including John F. Kennedy. Why they are taking DNA of these people to the moon, I have no idea. The landing is scheduled for February the 23rd. John Thornton, who's the chief executive of Astrobotic, has stated that the craft will spend 12 days in transit between the Earth and the lunar orbit, but the bulk of the time will be waiting and circling the moon before landing. And that's it for the headlines. Time to pay the bills.
All right, let's get into some word on road. There's actually so much going on. Like, people are really doing the most anyway. But I'm going to start off with some sad news, man. So there's a CNN anchor. Her name is Sara Sidner. And on air yesterday, she basically revealed that she's been diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer.
Oh, man.
I know, very sad, very, very sad. So she said, just to give some quotes of what she said, she says, mentally, it's been 90% good for me because it's just opened my eyes to how beautiful this life that we have is. And she says she loves her life more than ever, and she can remember since 7 or 8, and she feels very grateful to be here. She's doing chemotherapy and going to do radiation as well. I think she said she's had 2 already. She said one of the most shocking things, she said basically, so 1 in 8 women may get basically breast cancer, which is wild. 1 in 8 women.
1 in 8.
1 in 8. It gets worse. She said what she's learned. So she's a black woman, and she said that she's learned that actually black women are 41% more likely to die from breast cancer. She said that's been one of the most shocking things.
40, how much?
41%. So black women are 41% more likely, sorry, my bad. But yeah, black women are 41% more likely to die from breast cancer than white women. Mad. So please check your breasts. Honestly, when you're in the shower or whenever, if you see anything or you feel anything that's different, any lumps, bumps, whatever it is, any kind of leaking, anything, please check your doctors and don't take note. Because I know sometimes doctors be playing. You tell them something and they're trying to act like, no, please check. And even men as well with their prostate. I know with black men that's bad. So fill your balls, okay? But yeah, man.
Just living is a bloody miracle these days.
Bro.
I'm telling you, man.
And you know what she said? She actually made a point to say that she's very healthy. She said she doesn't smoke, never smoked. She said she rarely drinks. She said she eats healthy, she works out, all that stuff. She said, I live a healthy life. And stage 3 is what she got. But she was saying as well that thankfully, because of, she's going to have a double mastectomy, so they're going to take both her breasts out after chemo and after radiotherapy. But she was saying that thankfully, like, it's not a death sentence. So, yeah, but you got to check, please, just so it doesn't become a death sentence. But very, very sad, man. Really touched me. Over in the UK side of things.
That's why Dr. Umar's on his thing, innit? That's why his message is so much more important. No?
I don't know, but
Right,
I don't know. I don't know what Dr. Umar is on, Brent. I don't know. I just don't know about that man.
Nearly half, though, man.
It's mad. Imagine like being 41% more likely to die is mad. Is proper mad. But yeah, man, please check your body parts, men and women. And cancer's just everywhere, man. You hear people have cancer on the tongue, on the throat. Like, it's mad. But yeah, but please be checking and do health checks and health MOTs and all that stuff. But yeah, so basically, right, I didn't think I was going to talk about this because I don't know, I'm trying to be selective on the kind of word on word I'm trying to do. Because sometimes, not to sound like anything, but sometimes it's just certain news I don't want to come from my lips. I don't, because this is bullshit. But anyways, here I am reporting on the bullshit.
You can throw it to us then. Just report and then throw it to us. I don't mind talking about it.
Yeah, I bet you don't. Actually, you can let them know what was in the trailer. But basically, Lonnie Love. No, is that Lonnie Love? No, I'm thinking of something else. Lonnie Good. Yeah. Who's Lonnie Love? Someone else has got love. I think I'm thinking of Cat Williams and somebody. Someone's got love in their name. Anyway, Lonnie Good, who is the one that was running Tion Wayne down.
Yes, that one.
For her money for a watch and whatnot. And he refused to buy it. He refused to pay it. She got lawyers involved. Anyway, last she got her money back. She didn't involve Oliver Blanco from the first time. She would have got the money back. Stat. Anyways, she basically a while ago, I think Gina and I talked about this actually, and she was going to Cyprus or something. They were going to film a Badderz UK. Oh, yes. It's like a baddie show and whatnot. Yeah. And essentially, whatnot. I don't know what Badderz is meant to be. I don't know what a baddie is. What I thought a baddie was is not what I witnessed in said trailer.
Because they are bad.
Straight up. No, they're bad. Showing up and showing out.
Bad.
Do we have a clip?
Brent,
Do you
run
know
the
what?
trailer, man.
Cool.
I'm like cringing so much. I don't want to watch it. I'm just cringing so much. But basically, there's a show called Badderz UK, and they filmed it and whatnot. So there's super trailers out. And basically, it's going to be coming, I think, comes out end of the month and whatnot. And there was a lot of criticism, basically, from the British public. Because people were like, oh, this is so bad. And then people get in their bag about, oh, this is setting us back 100 years and what that kind of stuff. And people are like, oh, why do you really care what white people think? And people are saying that black people have all different types of interests. We don't like trash
There's
TV.
white people on there too.
We
Why
don't
do,
like
why
trash
do
TV.
why do black people always want to own
Bro,
the trash
struggle.
stuff? Like it's theirs. Like I don't understand. Why do they
don't know why they
do
do
that?
that. I don't know why they do that.
Like if it's bad and trash and media, it's ours. Is this what you're telling us?
Oh.
Like black
Is
people.
this
There's
what you
white
have-
people on this too.
Why is this the one you have to play?
Is this the one you're talking about?
So all of it just makes you cringe.
No, it's longer than that, man.
It's longer. You need the actual trailer.
I'm serious.
It's
Should I
like
say-
2 minutes long because there's stuff going on. Then it runs to that.
Then
bit.
it runs into the thingy. Let me.
It's so bad that it might actually be good.
Yeah, that's it.
Is this one?
It's basically love and hip hop.
Is it this one?
Yeah, it's this one, man. Yeah.
But y'all love and hip hop.
In the past,
Your girlies love and hip hop.
That's what it's girl.
They like it in America. They
girls.
like it from the outside looking in. So when the Americans doing their foolishness, they
It's
can
great.
watch it.
We can criticize
When
them.
it's at home, I don't know whether the English public's ready to embrace these lot yet. Like if they was watching them from the outside looking in, this could have been in if this was South African
Do you know
gal,
what, though?
Brazilian gal, whatever. They'd watch it at home with
Yeah.
their popcorn and be like, oh,
But question, don't you have to start somewhere to get it better down the line?
You do.
yeah, but I don't.
Because
I
this
think
is what
even
this is how love and hip hop started.
yeah, but I think even the people at home ain't gonna appreciate. Like this could get to a thing where say like Americans are watching it and like, oh, the UK.
So
back.
Americans didn't enter, they did enter the chat.
They say,
Mixed reviews.
oh, okay.
Someone said this is trash. So it's mixed reviews. And I actually think, remember I was saying yesterday, I actually feel like, yeah, if this crosses over to America, then Americans actually feel like, oh, the UK, the bad girls in the UK got some stuff and whatnot. I actually think this can actually become a proper production.
There's potential.
Get
I watched
Ray
the trailer.
J.
I watched the trailer and I thought this is so bad it could slightly be something. The only
I
thing
feel like
that's
it could
killing
be.
them is that the things are meaty.
All of them.
Majority.
98.
You have to start somewhere though, right?
If they was all it
Some
needed,
lambs have to be
same
sacrificed.
behavior, same
Okay.
attitude,
Some
just
goats.
goodness, and this could fly.
It would fly. But I think though they're gonna get picked. I actually feel like they're gonna get picked up.
Well, of course they will.
No, but
This is what the networks
Zeus
want,
and them.
right?
Exactly. This is Zeus. This is what Zeus Network does.
Yeah,
Ray J.
to let the
and his
black
speedy
community
bikes.
feel as though this is what they want to aspire
Hey,
to.
there you have it.
This is it.
Well, please play it. Let them see this goodness.
This girl's just come here. She's going on like this already. No, this is mad.
Oh, so you have gay badders too?
Apparently,
Right? Yeah, you actually, yeah, men and women.
Look, he made it make it a bit bigger.
allegedly.
Okay, hold up.
I said allegedly. He's right on the screen. I hope this is the one that had a therapist in there as well. It was flipping hilarious.
There was a therapist?
Brent
Ooh.
in a pink suit.
With a bad wig. Was it the blonde thing?
First of all,
Yeah,
what did I
something.
get myself into?
How's she gonna kidnap a 22-year-old that's making more money than her? Benny, you can earn money. Where's your car? Get earn money. Get broke.
People like me. If you're gonna sit in my face and have a conversation, state your facts and be truthful. If you spoke about me, just say you spoke about me. I'm black, cloud done. Who don't chat who?
I ain't even seen this one.
Oh, yeah, it's you. You're more
This is
interesting. aren't you?
extended.
I ain't even seen this one. This one's
Juicier.
juicier, yeah. We didn't.
Some of these you would bang.
What, this thing here?
Some of these.
Okay,
I don't know. I'll tell you which ones.
Play.
Quick on. I'm sorry. There's a lot of meat in this here.
She's pretty though.
Oh, who's that? Lani.
Yeah.
Lani's a psychopath, you know.
You didn't do piss. You're not on piss and you're not bad. You fucking weird ass bitch. When I see when I see you.
That is what I fucking said to him.
I could watch this, man.
Ask him that. I've never sat down in my house in fucking Croydon and diss you or Oliver Blanco. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, she has a type of look
me
where
see Blanca's
she's
image.
like, I'm giving you 5 seconds and stand on and thump you up.
Oof.
There's a lot.
That look like.
There's a lot of meat in
I'll
this.
let you run your mouth. Wait, isn't she the boss?
She is meant to be. That's why she's thinking about they didn't rate her. They don't respect her.
Probably leading by example.
Bow, you wanna fight? Let's go.
Yeah, this is gonna do numbers.
Of course it is, bro.
From that, that's good. Isn't this representation? Like people like this exist.
Yeah, they do exist.
In our community.
That's how they got them there.
That's actually how they got them there.
What the fuck am I? What am I? What am I? What am I?
What the hell?
Branson all over the place. One banana.
Are you gonna keep doing the TikToks?
I'm networking, yeah.
That poor guy.
Bitch, why
She
the
broke
fuck
his
are you
neck.
making it seem like you did a fucking big one, bitch? Because when I was telling you to get the fuck out of your room, you was having like a bitch.
There was one where the psychologist is there trying to
Oh, so
mediate.
There's another one there.
And it's so funny because I said, a psychologist? Y'all should have hired Paul Bridges.
Well, play that
That's
bit.
the intro music. I don't know if that will get pulled.
Oh, please.
What? What the?
Equal opportunities, bro.
What you know about badness? Mash up the front room, whole heap of madness. Whole of a villa full of female gangsters. Not no idiots, spare high rankers. Rose sipping its wine and champers. Turn a wave like ships and anchors. Money making, no broke ass bitches. Bad beat business, straight to bankers. Come along if you wanna try it, man. Might get hit with a frying pan. And if you
There's
don't
a lot of
understand,
Meagan this,
then
man.
hit it with flying hands. Mash up the kitchen and bathroom too. Real talk, this not what baddies do. Not gonna lie, if I were you, wouldn't be able to stand for you. We run the club.
Oh my God.
This is our show. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you with me, say yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, man. Oh, it's so bad. It might be good. No, I'm not even joking.
See, it's something like this, yeah. I don't mind if they lower the entrance requirements for other races to get in, because this is a shambles. Oh man.
Okay, I think I found.
You wanna fight? Let's go.
Should I send you the one with the thingy?
The therapist?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I think this might be it, actually.
Are you gonna keep doing the TikToks?
I'm networking, yeah. Bitch, why the fuck are
That
you
poor
making it
guy.
seem like you did a
I think this
fucking
is
big
it.
one, bitch? Because when I was telling you to get the fuck out of your room,
Yeah, this is
you
it.
was having like a bitch. So while I'm here,
No, scroll up just a little bit so we can see her in all her glory, please.
Nailed it.
that you guys are as comfortable as possible. So obviously every single one of you guys are baddies. Every single one of you guys are beautiful. But to be a baddie, you cannot be fighting. You cannot be angry. There's so many other ways that you can channel your anger, and there's so many other ways that you can deal with issues.
I'm watching this. I'm watching this. That's it.
Sold!
Sold. I made up my mind. I'm watching this.
She's got this confidence to be some disrespectful ass bitch. And to be this person that she's really not.
A man kissed his teeth.
Oh, please. What you know about badness? Mash up the front room, whole heap of madness. Hold of the villa for the female gangsters. Not no idiots.
There's two of them.
She's pretty. The other one, the one that was on the floor twerking.
There's two of them I'll chop
actually
in
pretty
that
good.
bit still.
You got something for everybody. Not impressed, Emmanuel? Jealousy.
I just hope for better, man.
Can we have a Badderz UK segment?
Yeah, yeah. You didn't want to do Love Island, but right. Definitely.
Do you know you used to do that? You used to do that
When you're
just
not
for
in.
reactions. I could just leave.
Yeah. We'll do numbers.
But that's wild.
100%.
That is wild.
100%.
Anyway, so that's what's happening on the streets of the UK, and people doing back and forth and whatnot about whether it's ghetto and whatnot. And it was a lot. It was just sparked a whole debate. That's why if you want to watch it, watch it. If you don't. I actually do think that this might be how Lani gets out of the hood. I can't even lie to you. Because once this crosses over, obviously once the TikTok clips start going, it's crossed over to the American pond. Mona Scott, someone said Lani is the UK's Mona Scott. Who knows? She might be Carlos King. Who knows?
Mona Scott's not in her productions though, innit?
No, but she's put it all together. All the Love and Hip Hop, that's all Mona Scott.
Yeah, but she knows the difference between herself and those people there, innit?
That's true, actually, because Danny was right in the mix.
Right. In the middle.
Did you see what she said to Susie?
Oh, yes. Thank you very much for reminding me of that. So basically, right? So let me read it out, because I actually was screenshotting like a headless chicken. So, what's it called? So, yeah, so Zizi tweeted. She said, UK girlies need to understand this is not America yet. You will not go on a show like Badderz UK and get opportunities. You will not get brand deals. You will not get a rapper to wife you. Your life will not change for the better. We ain't there, Hans. One of the cast of Badderz UK then responded to Zizi and said, when Lippy fucked you and dashed you to the sides, why didn't you ask him to wife you? Who said that they wanted to be with a rapper? Number 2, I'm in Cyprus because I've been booked and paid to do hair and an interview because of the show, and there's still plenty to do. And then Zizi then went at Lippy and said, sorry, when did this happen? And then the girl came back and said, he cussed you about it on Instagram in the comments how many years ago? You don't remember? And then Lippy came and said, it didn't happen. At first I thought she was trying to say I lied on your name, but now I'm seeing tweets about how we argued about it in the Instagram comments. Surely if that happened, people would have seen it. I didn't know you before you were famous, so it's a terrible lie, to be honest. And then Lippy went on to say, this is a shit lie because I would wife Zizi in any terrain. You know how serious the water in the UK is?
Oh, God.
He said, now, all jokes aside, I have never ever told anyone I've done anything with Zizi. I ain't ever had her number. This just looks like I've lied on her name. I don't do all that shit. Then I had a clip of Rick Ross talking about someone's a lie and whatnot. It's just, you know, I'm just tired. And also, I just find it funny how, like, obviously the girls on Badderz UK and whatnot, yeah, but what you're using to insult somebody, another woman who works hard and whatnot, and not fine on the streets like an area girl, is you are saying that she hasn't been wifed. Like, I don't know, women want equality and they do all these things, but yet you use not having a man to insult another woman. I would never understand that. Some of you, what is it that you always say here? Some of you are just, we can't get you out. We just can't get you out. We can't rescue you. We can't help you. If you think insulting another woman by saying that she's single is an insult, you will never make it out of the hood. Like,
where's the bit where Zizi said the only one that might get some money is Lani?
Oh no, I didn't see that part.
Yeah, you seen that?
I didn't see that part.
Zizi said something about the only one that. Let me see if I can find this. I didn't see if I can find this because she said the only one that might can do something is Lani.
That's too funny. But that's it because Lani's a producer, innit?
Huh?
And if she actually pitches it, okay, I've seen it. Do you want me to read it?
But then you see what? But has it got what Lani said back to her?
What's going on with all these people? Hold on. Let me see if I can find Lani. I don't know Lani's pages.
Lani's too funny. Essentially, Zizi tried to say that Lani might be the only one that can benefit from this and make some money. And then Lani's like, shut up, your best friend or something. I don't know why this girl is begging friend.
Oh my! Do you know how many pages Lani has?
Lani said,
I can't find the girl.
Lani said, Zizi Mills, stop commenting on what I do. No one has wifed your bony ass. So what is your point? Whoa. You're a big beg. Please focus on getting your weight back because you look like a skeleton.
Whoa. That's mad. Do you know what? Defending your right to be an area girl it was not my bingo card for this year. All this so you can fight like a wasn't Nigerian, like a tout. this is all this so you can be fighting, your breast can be swinging up and down on YouTube.
She's skinny shaming.
Yeah, but you can't be doing that, man. You can't be weight shaming people. And people keep telling Z, she told you that she's always been a slim babe. Anyway.
Not that slim.
Well, all the best to parties involved. I'm tired. This is some bullshit. And I'm never halfway through. I haven't even got to the other set of girls that are fighting. I hate seeing women fighting over them. Anyway, Jonathan Majors. Have you got some clips, Ben?
I can find them.
So Jonathan Majors, as I told you guys yesterday, did his Good Morning America interview. Mm-hmm. And you will see that I've titled this, Jonathan Majors found his Coretta in Meagan Good.
I think he has special needs, you know.
He's got something, Brent, because that man is not okay.
Yeah.
Are they still together?
Yeah, they're still together. She was even there at the interview. And so the interviewer asked him about, oh, like, you and Megan, how's your relationship, whatever. He's like, it's fresh, but she's my Coretta.
He never said those words.
I promise you.
Got special needs. Hold up.
Watch it.
He never said she's my Coretta.
I promise you.
How would you describe your relationship? Well, she's an angel. She's held me down like...
She still looks so
She's gorgeous, man.
She's so lame.
She's so gorgeous. I can't hate her. Oh, beautiful woman.
She's a businesswoman, though, obviously.
Yeah, but I don't understand how...
As in what she's doing, as you all told us. That
Yeah, but I don't think it's working.
Building the black man back up and then
I didn't say
back
that.
in again.
That must be E-Man. I didn't say nothing, but I don't believe in building nobody up. I don't believe in shit. I don't believe in none of that bullshit.
He's got to be paying because he don't even deserve her. This don't even make sense.
Yeah, I think it's definitely like a... But her show just got renewed on Amazon. So I'm like, sis, you don't have to do this. You're actually doing really well in your career.
Maybe that was part of it.
Oh, maybe it was. You know, Cap Williams said they do be adding things to contracts.
Yeah, maybe that's her role. That's why she's still looking like she looked when she was flipping 18. She's drinking up.
We're talking about different things. Well, we're not. We're talking about different things.
She changed.
But I'll be honest with you, I'm looking at
aged.
I'm looking at differently though. Because remember her pastor husband was the one who divorced her. And then so after that,
about satanic rituals.
Do you know? No, I was thinking because remember Jonathan Majors got a text that day.
Okay,
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe was it Megan?
They were going out then.
Because he admits in the thing as well that he shouldn't have stepped out on Grace, on his old girl. So I was like, because a message said, "Oh, I miss you. Or I want to be with you right now," something like that. I was like, was it
when they had that fight? Were they still boyfriend and girlfriend?
Who, Grace and Thingy? Yeah. So he was cheating on her. So he was cheating on the old woman. Nah, they were together. Remember they lived together. That's why she was in the house and he found her collapsed because they lived together
in the car.
But when he found her unconscious was when the same night after the car thing. So they lived together. They were together, and he says that he shouldn't have stepped out on her. So he was cheating on her.
Wait, so she was unconscious after the car incident?
Yeah, but she wasn't unconscious though. in the police footage, you can see she was moving.
Wait a minute. So in that
she didn't start her business.
In that interim, she's just jumped on the scene.
But yes, Brent. So basically, he and Grace were together.
She's paid.
She has to be. No, but I knew there's a PR relationship there. She's too buff for him.
She's selling it, man. Look.
So he and Grace were together.
Eyebrows, man.
Beautiful. She's so gorgeous.
Bruv, how can you look leng when you're sad? You know what it takes to look nice when you're sad and somber, like to look leng when you're going through
because you see the puppy dog eyes. She's working. This is work for her.
Can you get angry at that? You can't get angry at that.
Yeah, probably.
She's so sweet, man. She's adorable. She's just so cute. Okay, stupid. Play the video. You get on my nerves.
No, man. That's from the outside looking in, man. When you're in your bed moaning in the morning, it's the same thing.
I even know. I can't relate.
We're not doing this. Press play. And take it back because there's been a lot of talking since it started. It's foolishness.
Even present for our interview. How would you describe your relationship?
Look at his.
Please, listen, please.
How would you describe?
You could fit the whole body. Listen. Tell these act bottom jeans. It's crazy. The bell bottom.
I don't even know what cut that is.
Bell bottom. It's literally the shape of a bell because you know bells are skinny and then they go out. Bell bottom.
Describe your relationship. Well, she's an angel. She's held me down like a Coretta.
Special needs, man.
Do you know what someone said? Someone said he's got a civil rights fetish. Someone said, I ain't never seen a man with a civil rights fetish. He definitely does. He said, Brent, rewind it.
He's stuck.
Brent,
like
rewind it.
Say the same thing, he's stuck. Special needs, man.
Please rewind it. Stupid man.
Like a Coretta. I'm so blessed to have her. You know, the relationship is still fresh, but you know, I think I found her.
This is his best acting gig he's ever done. He's acting. I can't take him seriously. That was his energy the entire interview. Then he tried to sprinkle in a bit of tears, but there was no tear in sight. He was just doing this. He was like, "Oh, sorry, I just haven't seen my daughter in a while." Okay. He said she's a Coretta. I don't know his obsession, but then I decided basically to kind of look into it a little bit, and I come to find out, you know what, he is right though, in terms of wanting a Coretta king, because essentially Coretta held MLK down while he was loving white women.
Allegedly.
It's not alleged.
Allegedly.
I actually read an interview that happened with said lady.
Which said
Her name
lady?
was Betty.
Oh, with a white woman?
With a white woman.
Goddamn lies.
No.
We know what they do.
It was so long. It was such a long interview. I actually read it. And it talks about a love story, how he loved her and whatnot. But he couldn't be with her because he was going to go over and take over the Baptist church and whatnot. Was he a reverend?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you have it. Betty was not lying.
Nah,
So basically, he had to leave her and whatnot to had to choose between their love and whatever else, and going back down to the south because the South Church would not accept a black pastor with a white woman, and allegedly Coretta would have known about this. So yeah, he is right in that he does want a black woman who will hold him down, whilst he gets love on white women, like his Grace. He's like his ex's wife.
No, but MLK, according to what you're saying with Betty, right? This was before he was with Coretta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But allegedly, he was only with Coretta because he knew that he needed a black woman to get to where he wanted to get to in life. He knew he couldn't go after his desires, what his heart really wanted, what his heart was drawing him to. So really and truly, Jonathan Majors, is he doing anything wrong? He is right. But I hope to God that's a PR relationship, and I hope to God it doesn't mess up her PR, because honestly, I don't know, man. It's a damn shame. But anyway, he's found her. He didn't really say much in the interview, just basically. And then she also asked him as well about if he thinks he'll work in Hollywood again. And he said that he prays he does. And he prays he's given another chance, basically. And he said that he feels like he's not done yet. He feels like God's plan is not... People always talk about bringing God into things. But basically said he feels like God's plan is not for him, is not done yet. So, God willing, he'll be back doing some stuff. I do... Because I'll be honest, that interview was not something... You remember when R. Kelly did his interview? He was like, he came to people humbly. This man did not. He didn't come humbly. Because they asked Grace's team for something. So when they asked him if he was... he was convicted of recklessness in the two things that he got convicted for. And she was basically like, "Oh, were you reckless?" He was like, "No, not with her body, just with her heart."
You said this in court. Why is he doing these type of
No,
things?
not in court. This is an interview.
Oh.
No, this is the interview.
Any way you say this. Why?
It's stupid. I wouldn't want to hear that. I don't want to hear my man saying that foolishness. But yeah, that's what he said. He said he wasn't reckless with her body. He was only reckless with her heart. And he also said that he... and then when she said to him, she asked him a question and said, something like, what could he have done differently or whatever? Then he went on a whole thing about he never should have been in a relationship. He never should have cheated. He just went on a whole tangent that did not answer the question that was asked of him. But I reckon he'll be back again. ABC does the link to Disney. I think they own Disney or something like that anyway. So I reckon they're trying to soft launch him back into, into people's sites. And I actually think it was going to work. I don't think people really care like that about what he did. So yeah, he's not really, I wouldn't say he's cancelled.
I guess to his benefit, well, not to his benefit, but in the situation of trying to clean him up, at least he didn't punch her up, you know what I'm saying, or do something crazy.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I think, because even in the video, he's talked about how if it was a black guy chasing a white, remember she was chasing him. She must have been on something. I don't know how she did that, just bareback, just chasing a guy. She must have been on something. Because that was a lot of blocks they ran down. But basically, he was like, if roles were reversed and he was one chasing a white woman, he was like, I would have been shot down in the streets of New York. Yeah. So he said the right things at the right time, pulled on the right things and whatnot. And that was just that.
You think that's going to stop him from going back for another one?
No. White women is calling. He needs to stop. He just needs to stop playing games. White women is calling. His next relationship is going to be a bit quiet. And then he's going to end up making a honest woman out of that one. And it's going to be a different case. Because like, oh my gosh, like, he's so loving and caring. Because even doing his old stunts of going to court and whatnot, obviously, Meagan Good always has locks, faux locks. He's out here trying to fix her hair right in front of the camera. It's just it's the same way he tried to stop these two teenagers from fighting on the streets, in the paid actors. His team have done a lot to, try and do something.
How long do you give their relationship?
I think by the summer they'll be done.
Okay.
And we're in January, innit? I think maybe even earlier than that. Maybe by Easter. Because that cannot be yours. You can't go from Devon Franklin, and he's a good-looking man and a man of God, to that, respectfully. Like, even if I was loving up on a man, I'm not going to court with you every single day when you're on trial for domestic violence. Why am I in it? When you're done with your trial, I can love on you. But I'm sorry, I don't believe in supporting my man like that. You ain't getting that kind of support from me. Hell no. But anyways, I guess all of this happened after her Amazon show was... I don't think it's going to affect her like that, if I'm being honest. I think people are just going to remember that she's an egg. And that's about it, really and truly. Anyways, the girls are still fighting. I talked about yesterday about Jada Kingdom thinking that Steph was shading her. Turns out they were shading each other. They've been going back and forth. I'll be honest with you, I can't really bother to even get into all of that stuff. But she's released a song. Steph released a song. It's just a whole back and forth now. Well, it's meant to be back and forth and whatnot. And then Steph actually at her and said, you must have missed the line. So basically, Steph said that Jada sold... She said, so Jada put on her story saying, bitch said I sold my pussy one time for 10K, lies. It was actually 35K of US dollars. Please state facts, because that's not what I told you. Okay. Then, what's it called? Steph then said, oh, you must have missed the line. You must have missed the line, snorting a line, but it's right here. Then she at her. And Steph's call is called Data Dat. So I guess she's the only Don and whatnot. All of this over Burna Boy. And you need to remember that in the song, Burna Boy said Jada Kingdom has the best... He said he went to get the best pussy in Kingston and he bought Jada Kingdom a Birkin. And honestly, in all reality of life, only a Nigerian man, only a Yoruba demon can utter such words and get his girl back. So I don't know what all of this is about. I don't know the point of all of this. All this back and forth that they're doing. I just think that you're back with your man. Enjoy your relationship. Jada, do you know the maddest thing? Jada's got a boyfriend, you know. She did Party. But then I'm like, it must be a thing you guys do in your relationship. Remember Party was talking about his ex, Meagan Thee Stallion? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, maybe you're not in your relationship. You just don't like to move forward. You just have to talk about your exes. Because no man of mine can be out here releasing diss tracks about his ex. That's wild to me. There's no way. There's just no damn way. But anyways, if you're interested in the songs, go and check their pages. I am personally not.
Here it is.
Is that the song?
This is the response.
Is it going to get pulled though? Because I'm not doing all of this work.
It just dropped just now.
From who?
From Jada.
Oh, yeah.
She's cooking. She's cooking.
She brought her brother in.
Yeah, that's
just... go find your mom's big old to jump for, you know.
Oof.
Why are they tongue so wicked?
In the song yesterday, she called her a half-breed. I just thought, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. All of this over Burna Boy. And Jada said that you're doing all of this over a guy that belongs to the streets. She said, all I did was... She's like, yeah, I was with him. I got a Birkin out of it. I got this, I got that. And you're doing all of this over a guy that belongs to the streets. You know what? All the best all parties involved. In other news, though, remember Cat Williams' interview? Mm-hmm. When he talked about Kevin Hart and whatnot?
Yep.
Guess who's going on tour with Cat Williams? Who's opening for him?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart's ex-wife. Tory Hart is opening up for Cat Williams. So.
Women.
Remember what I told you, though? Remember what I told you? First of all, men too, because Cat's the one who offered her the bag. And I'll be damned if I'm missing out on a bag on account of an ex-husband. Sorry, no. Obviously, it sparked a debate online. People are like, oh, she should be loyal. But what am I loyal to? I helped you write your materials. And hey, Kevin Hart, I'm just reporting the news. So she allegedly helped him write his early materials, remember? And obviously they got divorced and whatnot. And it looked like a bitter divorce. Yeah. Because for the longest time, she was all shading him and shit. It looked like a very bitter divorce and whatnot. I feel like maybe in later years now is when they kind of co-host and whatnot, because there was a time where she basically went and said that he was cheating on her and he cheated on her with his current wife, Anika, and whatnot. But then he's said that multiple times that that's a lie, whatever. But she has said he was cheating on her, and he's admitted that he had some less than smart moments and whatnot. So, and she's never been invited to open up for any Kevin Hart shows that I know about and whatnot. So, sister's got to get her back, and she's a comedian. She's been doing this for years, and she's trying to get her big break. I remember Cat Williams did say that he only gets people that are funnier than him and more talented than him to come to his shows. And so he did. So she posted, and she said, Charlotte, Orlando, and Tampa, come see me live with my good friend Cat Williams on the Dark Matters tour. And she gave the dates, and she said more dates are coming soon. You got to make your money how it is. I'm sorry. Loyalty is killing my people. I'll be real with you. Being loyal to people that are not loyal to you is killing my people. Sister's got to make her money wherever she can.
But surely they're a good place though. Like,
yeah, but what opportunities have you brought my way? I hear it. We can be good and whatnot. Yeah. But I'm still trying to make it in my career. Yeah. And what opportunities have you brought my way for me to help me in my career?
Shut up, man. You still got my name.
For real.
Use logic. First of all, no, wait a minute. Don't you dare say for real. When yesterday, I basically had to get a diagram out to let you know who Tory flipping Hart was. You did not know Tory Hart until yesterday.
No, but remember...
You didn't. Exactly. What's the name doing? So you still got my name. Like, the name is what's opening doors for her. Listen.
I don't know. It just seems like...
Money I have to make. Money I have to make. I'll tell you that right now. It is what it is. It just, and I'm not even saying that because it's Tory. I mean, it just is what it is. If someone is doing well in an industry that I'm trying to get into and you've never brought me in, why on earth should an opportunity come my way and I decline that on account of loyalty? Loyalty don't pay my bills.
Is she good enough though?
She's funny. She was writing his material. All the time you were saying Kevin Hart was his funniest, that was her.
No, talking about the father of your child not putting you on is crazy and you're in the same field. Running around with your baby mother's not the vibe. Either, Kitty. Like, I'll be honest with you.
No, that's mad, man.
Go and do your own thing, babes. Like.
Exactly, and she is. And she is. She's going to do her own thing. She's going to do her own thing. Absolutely. She is. Did you know what I mean? What was the comment before that, Brent? I missed it.
Kevin Hart needs to buy all of the seats at the shows.
Didn't 50 Cent do that to Ja Rule? Do you remember? He bought the first 3 rows. So when Ja Rule got there, no one.
That is crazy, you know.
50 Cent is not of this world. He's not real. Do you know how mad that is? Anyways, I hear it, man. I feel like people have to make money and get opportunities however it is that they can. And it's just cool with Kat as well. Whatever he and Kevin has got going on, he's got what's going on. If it was his current wife, I can hear that. Because that's awkward. Family time, dinner time is awkward as heck. But that's his ex-wife. He's married to a whole other woman. Sorry, I'm not missing out opportunities on account of that.
Yeah, I can't bring my ex baby mother on tour while my new baby mother and wife's at home.
Exactly.
Causing more problems.
So he's got to just support her in whatever avenue she goes down. Whatever that means, you just got to take that L, because again, you're in a position where you're unable to help her. Obviously, assumptions, but you're unable to help her. You got to just support her wherever she goes, man. You and Kat have a problem. She ain't got a problem with Kat Williams, and apparently she's been knowing Kat Williams. So that's my friend.
Knowing, obviously, you like Kevin Hart, but knowing the type of person that you feel like that he is,
yeah.
Do you feel like he's abandoned her? He's probably looking after her in some capacity, though, right?
Yeah, but not enough to build my career.
Yeah, maybe not, but this just seems like she's obviously just taking this. Like, you know, Kat's motivation.
But she's always been. Nah, man. I don't think that's a fair thing to do. Because again, saying that someone, so because he gives her little crumbs here and there and whatnot of money, she shouldn't pursue her career.
It's not.
Who's gonna put her on tour? Cedric? Fat Faison, Steve Harvey with his fake wig. Who's gonna really want to put her on? It's not gonna be Dave Chappelle. It's a one-man show. Do you get me? So again, and he knows how hard it is to grind and stuff. And their relationship has not like always been the best. I don't know what it's not like now, but it hasn't always been the best. So again, he just has to take that L. If you aren't able to put her on because of your current wife situation, you're gonna have to that's an L you have to take. On account of, do you know what? She supported you when he talks about in his book, like how much she supported him when he was, when he was starting out and whatever else, and like obviously helping him with the jokes, but also like in terms of like holding the family down while he was on tour. And when he was on tour was allegedly when he was doing all his foolishness he was doing anyway. But she was holding it down. So unfortunately, like that's what relationships are. You have to take turns. So it's his turn to take that, unfortunately. I was only going to tell some jokes. Let's hope the jokes are not about you. And he told jokes about her for years anyway. Sorry, Brent?
Nothing.
Oh. Yeah, man. It is what it is, man. But I think that sometimes people are loyal to people that are not loyal to them. And I personally just don't believe in that. Even in my normal lowly life, I just don't really, I'm not loyal to anyone that's not loyal to me. I'm not doing things for people that will not do it for me. Because he could have even opened doors for her. He could have liaised if that, but I don't know the situation in, but sis is going on tour with Cat Williams and that's just that. And the picture they had as well is like an old picture. So that they've been knowing each other. Yeah, so they've been knowing each other for a long time.
Okay.
But yeah, man. Big up all parties involved, and I'll be here to report any more mess that happens. Let's get to people's journal.
Shit.
No, don't laugh.
You know, it's always something else that's not happening in the room.
All right, people, welcome to the
never about what's
People's
happening
Journal.
here.
Welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. So I ain't got much to talk about today, yeah. But I'm not too sure if you guys heard about Apple being forced to pay iPhone users in America because of claims that they slow down their devices on purpose.
I know, do.
See what I'm saying?
With the updates and things.
Yeah, but you know, like when there's new iPhones coming out, all of a sudden there's a new iOS update, and the next thing you know,
then it starts slowing your phone down.
Yeah.
Slowing it down. Mm-hmm. Well, they lost a court case, man. So they are literally paying out, in total, $500 million. So basically, all the complainants are due to, well, it's not going to amount to much, but everyone's going to be getting $92 for each affected model. And these affected models are iPhone 6, 6 Plus, 6S, 6S Plus, and the SE.
I had a few of those and send my money my way.
Well, in the UK, it hasn't been sorted out yet. It's only in America at the moment.
Okay.
UK are trying to sort out their situation as well. But yeah, man, if they ran the iOS 10.2.1 or later, before the 21st of December 2017, those people are going to be eligible, along with people who had the iPhone 7 or 7 Plus on the iOS 11.2. So yeah, we'll see what basically happens, man. But this all stemmed from 2020, where Apple had agreed to settle a lawsuit, which was filed back in 2017, that basically accused them of purposely slowing down phones over time, even though Apple still admitted, they had not admitted any wrongdoing, but they've agreed just to settle out of court in it. So yeah. Next thing I want to talk about is Barclays. So last year, they're actioning a decision that they made last year. Obviously, last year was only like a couple weeks ago. But basically, they're removing 5,000 roles, man, from their global workforce. Yeah,
that's mad.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, in total, I believe they've got 84,000 people working for them. But 5,000 jobs are going to be shed, man. And this is basically through a combination of redundancies and vacancies that were not filled following the introduction of a hiring freeze in the middle of last year. This is according to an insider, right? So the level of the workforce reduction is more than double the figure which circulated in media reports late last year when they were first talking about this. And it represents one of the most significant cost-cutting plans at Barclays since the 2008 financial crisis. So this is kind of a big deal, man. But of course, like most times, whenever there's a removal of people from the workforce, it's all obviously because of money, innit? So yeah, that's what the situation is. And yeah, if there's more relevant information, I'll relay that to the people. Next thing I wanted to mention, which is kind of the last thing I wanted to mention, Nigeria's president, man, Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he has suspended a minister over the alleged diversion of more than 585 million naira
The popcorn, the
of
kettle black.
public money into her personal bank account. So this is about Dr. Betta Edu, who is the youngest minister in his cabinet. And she, guess what? Ironically, is the poverty minister. Yeah, it's fantastic.
You're lying.
I'm telling you, the full title is the Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation Minister.
she alleviated
I'm
some
telling
poverty.
you.
Has. They weren't specific about which poverty she had to alleviate.
Exactly. But yeah, man, she's obviously denied any wrongdoing.
Of course.
It's happened on Monday, right? And she had been ordered, the president's office had ordered an investigation into her ministry to see what's going on, man. She's 37 years old. She's actually the youngest minister. I think I mentioned that. She's the youngest minister in his cabinet. And previously, anyway, prior to Monday, she was seen as one of the close allies of Mr. Tinubu. But yeah, man, they're conducting an investigation. For those who don't know, that equates to about 500,000 pounds. Yeah, so 585 million naira.
That's mad.
Yeah, man. That's pretty much it. The only last thing I wanted to mention is, remember yesterday we spoke briefly about TB Joshua? Do you see it? Do you watch any of the clips?
Well, I started it and I just thought, because I've seen a lot of stuff as well from Nigerian Twitter reacting to it.
Okay.
And I just thought, you know what, I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to watch some funnies. I watched just what happened elementary instead, but it's mad.
Well, remember, what I sent you
Yeah.
was something from, I may have watched it maybe, 5 years ago? I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
Right? But there's a new, I didn't know that there's literally a new BBC documentary that's out. So that was in line with the actual headline that we spoke about yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's a new documentary. It's a 3-part episode. I'm not too sure if you guys should all watch it so we can talk about this as a topic of the day, but it's crazy. There was white people leaving UK to Nigeria for healing. Part of his close discipleship. And I'm not going to lie here. Obviously, trigger warning, guys. I'm not trying to say I have less sympathy at all. I'm not saying that at all. But I couldn't help but think, why are you there?
No, well, dead ass, why are you there?
Why did you leave England at 17 years old, board a one-way ticket to Nigeria to go and chill with TB Joshua and end up staying there for 14 years?
Even I book a return. How'd you do that?
12, 13, 14 years.
Because remember he was on TV though. Remember do you remember the early TV days? And you had those, when you had the pastors and stuff on TV. He was on TV. So I can understand. So obviously he was worldwide with the TV shows.
Yes, he was.
So they would have been watching them Christian channels.
Yeah.
And they would have been convulsing in the living room all up in London while he was in Nigeria. And they thought, damn, if I can convulse over here and he's over there, imagine when I get there in person. Because I saw snippets and clips on that. And I said, why is there so many white people here?
That's what I'm saying to you.
You see one who boxed in the mouth.
It's loads of stuff
Slapped
he
a
did
bitch.
to the,
He was slapping people up. Like actual slaps.
Proper.
Like your jaw is to the back kind of slap. I don't know how they let him get away with that.
Do you know what the thing is? Like, he was an evil genius, man. Because his main thing was media. Like, he literally told them, everywhere I'm going, everything I'm doing, just film. And he edited. Remember yesterday, like I was saying,
Yeah.
The thing that my uncle was telling me and the footage I saw of the woman's breast and all that type of stuff, they were talking about it on the documentary. I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like, all them years ago when I first saw it, they're talking about how they did it and all this type of stuff. But obviously, spoiler alert, if you are kind of interested. But basically, a lot of the time, people will come in, let's just say, maybe serious headaches or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And their disciples would basically say, listen, man of God will only see you if you basically say, maybe you're blind. So they'll go into the front and say, man of God, I'm blind. Man of God, I'm blind. All that type of stuff, yeah.
But I came in here with a migraine.
Can you imagine?
And now I'm blind.
They just amplified the ailment and said, listen, this is the only thing that's gonna get him to pay attention to you. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, just trust that when he does do all this blowing your face, slapping
and I
you,
start seeing
all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. And a lot of their stuff was like, for example, if somebody had a crazy like wound, or maybe someone was suffering from, I don't know, something.
Yeah.
They would take pictures, video footage, and because those people were actually had medication, they would actually come back after 6 months, a year later even. Healed. Show the footage and say, this is what TB Joshua did. So you would think he did it over the course of 7 days.
But really?
Really, it was a year of work. And so they just
medical
paid
work.
Yeah, exactly. Medicine.
Damn.
Some people who believed it, however, when they then actually got to the front, he said, throw away your medicine, have faith in God. They were dying. They were dying. It's a joke, man.
And that's the thing, because they do say that. They will tell people that they're going to cure their AIDS, their HIV, their cancer, all that, and these people die.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys are interested. Like, you should watch it, man.
It is interesting because it is that conversation about, because I basically saw someone saying that religion is for the uneducated.
Yeah. This is why they say it, man.
I mean, yeah.
No, but this is why they say it. because of how people behave.
It is.
Yeah.
But that guy meant in general anyway. I think he was an atheist. He was standing on business. He was standing I don't believe in God business.
It's crazy.
But it's mad, man. Mm-hmm. And it's just a shame that he's dead.
Yeah. And then they were talking about because there was a big situation in Nigeria, obviously, so you pretty much know, where they had like a guest house that they built and it collapsed. So this is just one random day. And basically they did some CGI footage, and basically when he had to now face the country and face the world, right, in the media, he said, look at the footage. You can see that plane over there hovering around the guest house 4 times.
So.
A few minutes later, down. Pretty much they bombed it, trying to get the TB Joshua. The reality was, because of the amount of people he was trying to get to the church, right? Foreign people from outside Nigeria, he just kept telling people to keep building. So it was only structurally sound for, let's just say, 2 floors.
But now you've been 6.
Exactly.
So the foundation, you can't hold it.
And then one day, one guy just went past, he heard something. Told somebody, they didn't do anything about it. Hours later, I think the next morning, the whole thing collapsed.
Were people in there?
Yeah. People from South Africa came over. Bare different people came over to see him. Bare them, gone, dead.
That was such an awkward conversation when you finally meet God. Because you really was lying, stealing, killing, and whatnot in his name.
Yeah, everything.
How did he die anyway?
Literally, when did it happen? Was it last year or 2 years ago? Something. Basically, I only heard the story from, I think, his wife. And she pretty much just said, a man of God went upstairs and he prayed with God.
I remember this because...
And then, that was it.
I remember this because I think he had said that, I think he had done like the prophecy of the New Year thing.
Yeah.
Because he died early in the year, right? Was it him? And he basically said that someone was going to die. Did he lose a kid as well?
I'm not sure.
Was that somebody else? There was one of these fake pastors anyway that basically said that, did a prophecy and said that people were going to die in the church. And it turned out it was his child that died.
There you go.
And afterwards it was him that died.
There you go. Yeah, it's a shame, man.
So she's saying he went up, like Elijah, so he didn't die, he was taken up.
No, like his body was there and everything, but it was one of those peaceful things. It was like, cool, he had a conversation with God and it was the time.
He had a conversation with Satan. Satan said, you've done enough.
100%. That's exactly what it was.
You've done enough. It's time to go. Yeah. I bet he was pleading, no, I don't want to go yet. And he said, too late.
Damn shame. Yeah, he died in 2021, actually, yeah. In June. Gosh. Yeah, this is a joke thing, man. But yeah.
Damn shame.
That's pretty much it for the People's Journal.
All right, let's get into some asking for a friend. All right, people, let's get it. So, hey guys, please keep my name anonymous. We always will. I have been refreshing your channel each morning, hoping that I missed a notification. I really missed you over the Christmas. When are you starting back? Started yesterday, love. So I need some help. My husband bought a bunch of presents for our 2 sons that I didn't see under our tree on Christmas Day. Before Christmas, whilst cleaning the loft, I found where he hid the presents and I had a quick look through. I only saw half of those presents when they were opened on Christmas Day. I asked him if there was anything else and he said no, which really took me aback. So later that day, I checked the spot in the loft and all of the presents were gone. All the presents were for children, mind you. Oh. And one of them was a doll, which at the time I thought he had bought for me as a joke. That too had gone. Guys, I don't know what to do as this has really rattled me. My mind is going in all directions. FYI, we have a very traditional relationship where I'm a homemaker. He also travels a lot for work. I'm 27 and I live in Stoke Newington, but originally from Zim. All my family is back home and I am prone to overthinking things. And in the past, I've really annoyed him with overthinking things. Can you help me out, please? I hate to say it. I hate to be the one to say it. But I think you need to get in your plotting and scheming bag. you need to start gathering some money and change and stuff for yourself. Just hold your breath. That you will use to start a new life. Because I think that man has a family elsewhere that he bought them presents for. Unless one of his friends was broke and he bought the presents for that friend on a Branson Tiller vibe.
She's never going to be able to get to the bottom of it.
She can.
Even if she brings it up, the amount of excuses.
No, I didn't say bring him. I didn't say bring it up to him.
No, I'm just saying the amount of excuses he can make for those presents are endless.
Yeah, but I didn't say bring it up to him.
She needs more
There's
proof.
other ways she needs to find out.
She needs more proof.
And I don't condone this. I actually don't condone this because I believe in keeping people's privacies. But if we're married, baby, what's yours is mine, what's mine is mine. I'm looking for your phone. That's the only way she's gonna. Because again, if she's saying as well that she's brought up stuff in the past and he gets angry, you see the guys that get very angry very quickly is the conscience. I feel like there's something going on because even if it was a thing where he bought it for somebody's kids or whatever, he could just easily said that. Why did you hide them in the loft? And then on Christmas Day, only deliver half of them. And if he's also, remember again, what she say, he travels a lot for work.
Yeah,
that man is planting seeds around the world.
That's a red flag.
Very red.
Let's be fair. Right.
No, let's is plural. You be fair. I'm staying on business.
It looks like it's hiding for somebody who was not told it was there. Now remember, he put it in the loft. He put it in the loft.
Yeah. Do you know what's so funny? I'm kind of impressed by that. I said it's hiding if you didn't know it was there.
It's facts. You
I'm
know
gonna use that one day.
I think he just put it in the loft to keep it away from the kids that they got.
Yeah.
So he's not hiding it from the woman. Because
Okay.
he knows she has access. You can just walk up there.
Yeah.
Right? Cool.
How many women do you know go up to the loft?
This woman from Zim.
And that's the only one you know. Where you gone?
And so she's gone up there, seen it.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, if he's really hiding it, I think he will keep them separate. Maybe keep it somewhere else where she can't find it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I think potentially she's jumping to conclusions. It could literally be for a friend. It could be for his nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It could be for anyone.
So what do you think
because she's the homemaker, I'm assuming she doesn't have a job or whatever.
Yeah.
He's the one that's earning. It's like he's just decided, I'm going to buy this all at the same time, going to the shop one time, let me buy it on this Saturday evening or whatever it may be, put it together, wrap it, and then when I'm ready, I'll just go and take it to where I need to take it to. Why is that conversation I need to have with you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if you went out to buy presents, right, you went Christmas shopping and whatnot, and you're obviously going to buy for your child as well.
Yeah.
And your partner's like, what have you bought? Would you not mention in the same breath that, do you know I actually bought stuff for Marg's kids as well?
Not necessarily. Because I think you're only asking about who you
I'm asking about your shopping trip.
Okay, so I've gone to shopping. You can see me with all these bags then. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, but remember again, she said she saw because what was it she said at the
Remember,
start?
she hasn't even asked him though. That's the thing.
She can't because he gets mad at her every time she asks a question. She's living in a house on edge.
Yeah, but don't do that to yourself, man. If you feel some type of way.
So what do you think she should do though? Because again, remember ask him though. He's not someone he's someone that gets angry at her when she starts thinking about stuff.
I think maybe because again, I don't know. I'm jumping to conclusions.
Yeah.
But it could be because maybe the approach she has, because sometimes when you ask someone questions, it could sound like you're accusing them of something. So maybe just ask oh, by the way, when I was up there, I saw I thought you had this amount of gifts for them. This is why I didn't buy any from me. You know what I'm saying? I thought we'd give them 2 each. Who are they for type thing? Something harmless like that.
Okay, and then when she does that now, he says, "Oh no, the presents you saw is the only presents that there is." Because man that. Anyway, let me not talk.
No, but they were there.
But that's the thing though. But that's the thing though. I feel like the reason why she's listening to us is because she knows her husband more than we would know her husband.
For sure.
She knows that man, and she knows should she ask him, he's going to get upset and be like, "Oh, here you go, thinking again." He's gonna just gaslight the situation and make her forget why she came to him in the first place. It's a trick men do, right? So she goes to him now because let's help her. Let's help her beyond what she's asked us, right?
Yeah.
She goes to him now and he says, "No, the present that you saw the kids have on Christmas Day was the only presents I bought." What's her next play?
Then I can understand why you feel the way you feel. 100%. I don't even know what's next. Honestly, because obviously he's now telling you what you saw didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. Especially if you were there holding the presents. You opened the bag and you saw them there. It wasn't just like a glimpse.
I
you were
saw
there,
the doll.
Open the. Imagine.
Okay. I think that's good advice then. I think, yeah, do what Iman said. I think ask him and be like, oh, and not even, listen, you just gotta be straight with it. I love a straight shooter. Just be like, listen, I went up to the loft before Christmas. I saw hella presents up there. The presents presented to the kids was half of the quantity I saw up there. Mm-hmm. Where's the other half?
Gone to whoever I bought them for.
Who do you buy them for?
Friends of family, nieces, kids, uncles, brethren.
I need
kids,
names.
whoever.
I need names, bro.
Huh?
I need names. Who did you buy it for? Martin and his family and his kids?
Yeah,
Martin's kids?
I'd have them though. I'm saying that. I'd have them names. That's
okay, and that's great.
Asking is not good advice.
No, but that's cool though.
If he's doing wrong, he's a seasoned liar already, yeah. He does this. Asking is not gonna get to the bottom of anything. Like, this is what the problem is. She needs, to take some money out, and hire a private eye. I'm not sure how much it costs. I don't know what the going rate is. Hire a private eye and make it stay on him for a month. Stay on him for a month.
She's a housewife, so whatever account they have, it's probably a joint account.
Yeah, well, she's got to find a way to subsidize some extra money, borrow some from a friend, or do something. Stay on him for a month. Yeah,
I'm pro PIs.
You need definitive information. Yeah, and then from there, take from that. Well, there's with what you found and what the options that are left at you. You're not going to get no closure from the situation. There's no definitive answers that you can get from the situation from you asking him or you whatever. You get me?
Yeah.
I'm of the mindset that there's another family there.
I'm 100%. 100%.
Just from seeing extra thingies.
Because you know what it is with partners, like
for work because she's a home wife,
bro. And do you know what it is as well? There's no way.
She ain't got no family here. The whole support system's.
Do you know how much irrelevant stuff? Yeah, when I'm dating a guy, I know it's the most irrelevant things about his day. I know the most irrelevant things about things that I know the most irrelevant things. I can't imagine being a whole ass husband and wife, and I don't know that you actually went shopping and bought. And men don't really shop like that. So I know he thought this was an achievement. So you're telling me you bought presents for extra kids and you're not going to even let me know?
Look at the men gaslighting. The men are gaslighting in the chat already, saying, she's paranoid.
Of course they are.
Why are you dating if you're with someone paranoid?
They
why
are
are you even
pieces
dating
of
for?
shit. Of course they
you
are.
don't know nothing. You just got information. We all just went through Christmas. She found...
It's a night from January.
She found a big haul of presents, Yeah. And they wasn't being hidden or concealed, but they was...
What's that show called?
They was resting in the loft. And it was only kids' toys. Mm-hmm. You get me? There was toys that were appropriate for females. I'm guessing there's no lady children.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? They disappeared. The toys are gone. Christmas has happened. The toys are gone. They have gone somewhere.
Do you know what's mad? There's a Christmas film. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I really, really like it as well. And this happens to the woman. So she sees her man... but she finds a scarf like in a present box. She thinks, oh, no. She found jewelry that he had hidden. And she thought, oh, this is a lovely Christmas present. Da-da-da. She's all excited and whatnot. Opens her present on Christmas Day. What's in there? Some dead scarf. Where's the jewelry gone? To the receptionist that he's having sex with. His side piece. That's where the jewelry's gone.
I think that's a bit different though, because
it's not, because they both found both women, the Zim one and the white lady, found presents on Christmas Day. They found less present than what they found. The only thing is that we've only solved that one woman in the film. This one is pending case.
I think you should ask, man. Just don't make your marriage and all types.
But can I say as well though,
she's not gonna get nothing from asking.
No.
If she wants to know herself, she won't.
But can I say though,
she'll know for sure that her man's a damn liar.
Can I add as well though? You have to as well consider she's nervous and scared to ask him.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that. It's not because he's a kind guy who's patient with her and wherever it is, and he's actually willing to answer any questions. There's a reason. So it would have been a case where she's asked him stuff before and he's just been short with her and gaslighting her to think that she's overthinking. She's not overthinking. This to me is not overthinking. This makes sense. There was presents there. Half the presents were presented to our kids. The other half is gone. And I asked you, are those all the presents? He could have said, oh no, I bought some other ones, but those are for da-da-da's kids. He said, yeah, that's all the presents. All the presents you see here, sis, that's it. That's what he told her.
Classic manipulation.
No, but
he said to her, she's annoyed him already in the past for overthinking things.
So she's not
overthinking, for questioning.
You want a babe to take the Jamaica, innit?
Huh?
You're lining up a babe to take the Jamaica, innit?
Why do you say this?
This is not your back. This is not your narrative. But I like this, man. Go on. Pop off.
Is he saying you're not a wholesome man?
Huh?
Is he saying you're not a wholesome man?
I don't know what he's saying, but all I know is, all that he's been annoyed in the past for me for being overthinking things. That means,
he's a gaslighter.
He doesn't like that you're good at what you do. You know, you're doing detective work and you're asking the right questions. You know, you're asking, like when you're just on the scent and you're always on the trail, you're saying, stop this. You get what I'm trying to say? You need to stop the foolishness before you catch me out. You're always doing your foolishness. You need to stop. Yeah?
One thing about manipulative man who will make you think that you are going crazy and you're not going crazy. You're not. Trust me, you're not going crazy. They will gaslight you and make you think that you overthink, you nag a lot, you're going crazy. That is all part of the playbook. You are not. You are in every right you have to ask your partner as many questions as you ever want to ask them. It is your partner's duty to give you peace of mind over your marriage.
So the thing is, I think overall, I agree with you. But if the guy has done nothing, especially in the past, because I am kind of jumping to conclusions here, right? But she has not given any evidence of how in the past she's thought something and she's found out that he lied or whatever. She just said, I am prone. She's telling you, I am prone to overthinking, right?
Yeah, because he's made her believe that she's...
Not necessarily.
No, 100%. No woman is introducing herself. Hi, my name is Esther and I overthink a lot.
No.
I'm telling you I overthink a lot because that is the label that's been put on me by other people that have been trying to gaslight me.
I don't think that's necessarily the case.
100%. She is nervous to ask the man that she lays next to in bed.
I agree with that part.
About presents. And she asked him on Christmas Day and he said everything that I bought is right here. He could have easily said, no, I bought some other ones, but that's for the kids, or whispered or whatever. He said, everything you're seeing right here is there. She has written to 4 strangers that she does not know because she's nervous to ask her man about what it is that she saw. And you think that's a man that she's going to go and say, hi, where are the other presents? And it's going to be like, oh, they're just with Stacey's family. You think that's really what
she's not going to get nothing from asking him.
She's getting nothing from him.
You can't ask him anything.
She's nervous to ask him.
It's not going to help her situation.
Do you know what it is to be nervous to ask your partner a question? That's deep. Because she knows who he is. That's why she's nervous. Because it's not a big deal. If I ask you, oh, what did you buy that for? It's not a big deal to be like, oh, I bought that for James's family. It's not a big deal. But again, she's nervous because she knows that he's going to make it into a big thing. And then it's going to make it seem as though she's the one overthinking, she's da-da-da-da-da-da. People's minds work in different ways. If it's someone that's got like ADHD or whatever, their thinking process is going to be different to someone who hasn't got that. And so as a partner, you accept your partner for how they are and how their brains work and stuff like that. It's unfair to say that someone's overthinking when you know that all they need is clarification and peace of mind. It's not too much to ask of your partner to give you peace of mind and clarification about matters. Man's got no family, bruv.
What advice you got for them then?
I think you need to do some searching and you need to monitor situations.
I think sorry, Esther. I think Von is right what you said there. If she's an overthinker and an anxious person, he should be cognizant of that and provide the reassurance she needs. The problem is he does not know she's thinking any of this. This is basically what I'm saying. Just speak to him.
No, but again, she can't just speak to him because in the past he has He has come hard. No, but he's come hard. He's come hard on her for overthinking. So, like Von was saying, he should know what what she's like, that she overthinks stuff, right? But again, she can't go to him with her overthinking state because he tells her off when she overthinks.
I understand what you're saying, Esther, but the thing is, he doesn't know that she saw any presents.
And that's her fault as well. Next time you see something, address it when you see it.
But how can I address something when I know that every time I come to this person, they make an issue?
You can't come to me.
It does matter.
You can't come to me after the fact.
It does matter. I will come to you 2 years later after I saw something and give you the date and time I saw it. Yeah, and I dare you not to answer me.
Yeah, I could answer you, but you ain't going to get nothing out of it. You're screwed. This is what I'm trying to say. So it's like, you come to me when you find the presents where they are so we can have a conversation. We can stand around these presents while you're pointing at them and have a conversation about these presents. And that's how you're going to get to the bottom of things. Let's address things head on. That's going to be your best bet. Don't come to me after the presents are gone and there's a present shape dust on the floor talking about where these presents were and where they're gone. What, the presents that ain't there no more that are gone? You know, sure, mine.
Yeah, but he knows that. But he would know that he bought presents there.
Yeah, I would know I bought presents as well. So that's not valid. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is anything, the presents are gone, it's too late now.
It's not too late. Because you still... No.
I can, but anything, you can't, because you can't fact check nothing I say.
Man.
I can tell you these presents went anywhere. Like,
how can it be too late? But that's what I'm saying. Though. So even if she does go down that route, she still needs to keep an eye on him. I'm not saying that whatever it is that he tells you, you just need to be like, okay, that's fine. Because again, like you said, actually, what you're saying makes sense. Because the presidents aren't there anymore, there's no fact checking. Her memory is a fact check. And he's going to then give her whatever story he wants to give her. So my advice for her is that she needs to be peeping what's happening in the household and where he's going when he's going on the street. Buy air tags.
My advice would be,
put in a suitcase.
Air tag one of his suitcases quickly and could put a private eye on him for a month and see
what's going on.
I guess he's going to see his other kids within a month, innit?
100%. That man is not over there flipping... doing charity work on holiday.
Yeah.
Ben, do you have anything different to say?
No.
All the best, sis. Sorry you're having to deal with this. Sounds mad. It is mad. But wish you all the best. Let us know how it works out.
Yeah, if there's any details that any of us said or, Miss kind of understood, if you don't mind, call up, man. Especially if he doesn't listen to the show. No. He's gonna be at work anyway.
I'm not calling up to people that have my man's a fool.
No, but nobody knows. Like, use an anonymous name or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear. I guess so. But anyway, I hope we're all wrong, and he's actually just a wholesome man that was doing some charity work, and he actually delivered the gifts to Great Ormond Hospital. So, if you want to send in your dilemmas. The number is 075-6484-1073 and our email address is tdasubmissions@thenewblack.com. Brent has leaned back.
Is it a red flag for you if your husband is buying more presents for Great Ormond than your children?
No. I'm a charitable person. And there's more kids in Great Ormond than in this house. So.
And suppose your children get worse presents than the ones in Great Ormond. And all the ones in Great Ormond is whack.
They're elite, and then my kids are like, whack. Why would you be like, why are we doing this? Just average it out.
It's a red flag, though.
It's not a red flag, but it's average it out. Over time, it starts to get redder. But no, it wouldn't be a big deal like that. It's not like a red flag.
How about if he's spending the money in cost of living crisis for charitable causes?
No, but I'm a charitable person though, so charity for me will always... I believe in charity.
Okay.
And I want to be someone who's also charitable. Like not being charitable and being selfish and stuff is a red flag for me. So that wouldn't be a red flag for me.
Cool.
All right, let's get into our last headlines for today.
All right, so our last headline, trigger warning here, guys, man. At least 24 people were killed, including a woman who was pregnant in a horror road crash involving a tourist coach and a mango lorry in Brazil. Images and videos posted reveal both vehicles completely destroyed, and disturbing footage shows dead bodies lined on the side of the road. Survivors were taken to 2 hospitals, but no information has been released about their condition. A spokesperson for the firefighters brigade has said that on behalf of the entire team, we leave here our deep and sincere condolences to the entire family for such a tragedy and irreparable loss. Next headline takes us to the Alps, where, again, trigger warning, man, the bodies of 2 hikers have been found in the Italian Alps near Switzerland after they were struck by an avalanche. The force of the avalanche pushed one of the victims into a lake near the bottom of the slope, whilst the other body was found buried in snow. A search operation was launched after guards at a nearby dike reported seeing the avalanche hit the 2 individuals. The identities of the victims are yet to be released. And the last headline, 2 British holidaymakers were left in an awful state, apparently, after the airline that they were traveling with flew them to the wrong Spanish island. So the elderly pair, 69 years old and 71, blasted Jet 2 for the mistake, saying, "You get compensated if you get delayed or lose luggage, but they lost us, not the bloody luggage." Jet 2 holidays, the package holidays you can trust. Yeah, right. So they boarded a flight to Menorca instead of Mallorca, despite claiming that their tickets were checked 5 times at Bristol Airport, only discovering the mistake as the plane was landed. The women had received wheelchair assistance in Bristol and were helped onto shuttle buses as well as to the plane. To make matters worse, their luggage had travelled on the correct aircraft containing their medication. Jet2 has apologised for the incident, blaming human error and a third-party special assistance provider at the airport. And that's it for the headlines. Time to pay the bills.
All right, let's get into some reaction.
Short and sweet reaction for you guys. I don't know if there was more games yesterday, but I ain't got the results here. But I know United beat Wigan 2-0 to go through to the fourth round of the FA Cup. So there's always that. If there's any other results?
That was it.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah,
all right, then that's fine then. That's perfect. So yeah, good to see us still in the competition.
Yeah, man.
Potentials to win trophies this year, you know. Everybody's got that, but some
Yeah,
of us
you're
have.
already doing better than us. 100%. Keep that going. Keep that going. Just imagine if you all went right to the end, and you know, a cup day is a cup day. Do you understand? You could win.
Cup final.
That'd be so crazy.
Two final day
Upside
outs.
down.
Two trips to Wembley in a row.
Yeah, 3.
You take it.
Wait, are we on the same page? When you said 2 trips, what are the 2 trips?
Last year we went to Wembley finals. We went FA Cup final.
Oh, you're saying the road. I thought you meant this year.
Where did we go this
On the
year?
road to Wembley and that.
I
got you back.
Yeah, we're back. Yeah. I like that. But anyway, we've got our fourth round FA Cup draw. So the FA Cup holders, Man City, have been drawn away to Tottenham in the fourth round. Okay, cool. While Maidstone United, the lowest ranked side left in the competition, travel to Championship high flyers Ipswich. There could also be a non-league versus Premier League tie between Eastleigh and Manchester United if the fifth tier side win their home third round replay against League 2 Newport. And there are potentially 6 all-Premier League ties, with Chelsea hosting Aston Villa and Newcastle going to Fulham. Liverpool, who beat Arsenal at Emirates Stadium on Sunday, will be at home against either Norwich or Bristol Rovers. The draw also raised the possibility of a Black Country derby between West Brom and Wolves, with the Premier League side needing to win their replay against Brentford to set up a fourth round tie at the Hawthorns. In avenues, German legend Franz Beckenbauer, widely regarded as one of the football's greatest players, has died at age 78. He won the World Cup as captain of West Germany in 1974 and lifted the trophy again as manager in 1990. Beckenbauer played 582 times for Bayern Munich and won the German top flight as both player and the manager. Nicknamed the Kaiser as a player, he also won the European Championship in 1972 as well as the Ballon d'Or twice. A statement from his family in Germany, to German news agent DPA, read, "It was with deep sadness that we announced that my husband and our father, Franz Beckenbauer, passed away peacefully in his sleep yesterday, Sunday, surrounded by his family." Oh, R.I.P. the legend, man. Mm-hmm. And in our last sports headline, the Brentford striker wants to repay the club for helping him through his 8 months betting ban. So Ivan Toney says he wants to repay Brentford by getting them out of relegation battle during the second half of the season after the support the club showed him during his 8-month ban from football. In an exclusive interview with Sky Sports and the Daily Mirror, Toney spoke in depth about his time out of the game after serving his ban for 232 breaches of the FA rules for betting on football. The Brentford striker, who has been out since the middle of May, will return to the Premier League for their home game with Nottingham Forest on January 20th, live on Sky Sports. The club was right behind me for the first bit. The fans were behind me, which was a massive part, Toney said. Even when I wasn't at their games, they were singing my name. A friend of mine sent me a video of the fans singing my name. I got goosebumps to know they're still behind me, even though I was not there. 20th of January. Time flies, man. It feels like just the other day you got that, innit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Literally. But boy, yeah, he's staying till the end of the summer. Would you want him to leave in January?
Would I want him to leave? Where's he going, Arsenal? Sure. I want him to leave.
You're sick.
I don't know if it is he should stay, to be honest. If it is an opportunity for him to kick out.
Yeah, that's true.
Because summer is going to be vicious, man.
But I don't think he can actually help anybody anyway. He's going to need a few months to get his legs underneath him and that anyway.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Just let him go till summer and then whoever wants him, get him in the summer, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Did he score 3 on his game back?
Who?
Toney.
He ain't played, has he?
I swear I read that somewhere. He scored 3 on his first game back. Hold up. Continue.
Listen, it just says his home his return will be the home game against Forest.
Yeah, he scores a hat trick in a friendly.
Oh, he's back in training and playing behind closed doors and stuff, yeah?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, we'll big up him, man. That's the end of our sports news, man. Cool, let's get to that out here. I've only got one story here for done out here. I'm trying to work out who you don't want me to give this to.
Yeah, literally, I was thinking, anyone you decide.
Well, she ain't done nothing wrong.
What's it about? What number is it?
There's just one there.
Oh.
So basically, this woman, this is about snitches. This is about bitches and snitches. No, because basically, some woman started growing dogs in lockdown. Yeah.
That's not breeding dogs. They're not plants. Growing dogs sounds so weird. They're growing dogs. That sounds so weird.
She started growing dogs in lockdown. Mm-hmm. I just think you're supposed to apply for some type of breeding license or something. I think she done like inquiries about it, and the form must have been too long. So she said, "No,
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that." She then built kennels and stuff, and just started breeding dogs and started growing litters, puppies, litters, and all that. And then basically, she was having too much success, and then one of her neighbours was like, "Mm-mm."
Is that a dog? It's like a pony.
She says that a dog.
Oh.
Click that up.
I thought it's like a pony. I was like, damn, what breed is she breeding?
She was having too much success. And I think neighbours started calling the council, talking about I can hear excessive barking in my neighbour's yard, and I'm seeing dogs running around in the streets and doing poos and thing. So then they put her under investigation. Come to find out she's been breeding the dogs illegally, because obviously she didn't go around the proper channels. And she had like 9 litters. They've even found her on websites where she's promoting the selling of dogs. So she'd been selling the dogs. Everything was going swimmingly. Not sure what breed of dog it was, but it was fine. But then, like I said, the snitches got her. Then they nicked her. Proceeds of crime. She's got to pay back £26,000.
She's got it though.
She's got it.
Yeah, dogs are expensive.
Yeah, well, it's part of the profits that they're saying she made.
Yeah,
she's got to pay back the profits she made.
But you've got to do them ones where you pay them £1 a month. Take it 26,000 years. Or whatever the maths is. Make an example of your neighbour.
Dogs are expensive, innit? People are making enough money off this
People make a lot of money off dogs.
I see man with Frenchies and that, and the money that people are paying for these dogs.
Grants. People are paying in a cost of living crisis. So some people are putting their money. Dogs.
Oh my God, my friend, she has some Frenchies in her yard. She probably done that illegally as well then, innit? She had like 9 of them.
No, you talk about snitches and bitches, then
you go. I ain't said where the yard, I ain't gave none of her details, so you can't find her. I ain't said where the yard is.
HMRC is looking at this like, oh, you know some intel.
I'm going to text her and ask her if that was illegal, because if that was illegal, I want some profit.
Are you dumb?
I want a cut.
What, blackmail?
If that's not above board, I want to go
to Jamaica. You need to mind your business.
No, I'm trying to go to Jamaica. I need spending money. If that weren't above board, I want to cut. I don't give a shit.
No, but that's the thing. Yeah, a lot of people do it illegally. But who's got time for permits and shit? Yeah, and then now they're telling you your dog can't give birth to more than 2 puppies. You know they come out like in a dozen.
I'm not onto her for this. She started in lockdown, needed a side hustle, money weren't running and thing.
Yeah,
I'm not onto her for this at all.
As long as she didn't get like any, government loans to do it.
I'm onto the snitches and bitches that got her caught. That was falling in about her, like these stupid neighbours. Neighbours, like.
Just hella Karens.
I understand why they're getting involved in her business. I'm not onto her at all for this, actually. Like, making extra money on the side, breeding a couple of little dogs and things. Entrepreneurial status, that's what she showed. I ain't mad at her at all. So, who's done that here?
The neighbours.
The neighbours. For snitching.
Neighbours just don't mind their business, Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like, if your house was burgled, you need them who were minding their business to let you know who creeped in the window. Do you get what I mean? But for the most part, they just don't mind their business. It's so crazy. And sometimes it's nothing to do with their house. It's someone else's house.
I just don't like the people that do that stuff. I hate snitches. The council, I think they're breeding dogs over there, busybodies. Oh, there's somebody there's another guy staying in the flat and it's only supposed to be her in there and she's on benefits. And like, I don't understand why you don't get involved in people's business.
It's boredom.
Like, I can't stand you lot.
Because if you were out working like the rest of us, you wouldn't know what's going on in my house. But you're not. So here you are.
Yeah, so the busybodies are done at Air, man, because we don't like that shit. We don't like that shit.
No, it's too funny, man.
Is it sometimes because they're playing by the rules or they don't want to see any of their neighbours getting extra benefits that they're not?
But no one ever told you to play by the rules.
Yeah, it's a hateration spirit.
It's hateration. It's
Because even that, like, why don't you want to see someone else get more benefits than you?
If
like,
you're scared to cut corners or take loopholes or whatever, that's on you.
Get your money up, not your funny up.
Do you get what I'm saying? If I'm prepared to risk it, what's it got to do with you? Because I'm cutting through. If I mess up off my own accord, then that's fine. You can laugh at me, more for me, innit? But I was cutting through, I was fine. And then you don't understand this. I would have got away from it for these blasted kids.
Meddling kids.
Meddling kids, innit?
I would have gone away with it if it weren't for this meddling kids.
This is what I'm saying. I don't like
so
it.
Funny.
I don't like it. Yeah. These meddling kids, they're done at Air, man. Yeah. The neighbours are definitely done at Air, man. More power to her. And she made all that money breeding them dirty dogs in the yard. Now she got to pay it all back.
Her yard must stink though.
Oh, no.
I couldn't be someone that has a pet.
Yeah, dogs are tough, man.
I just can't do it.
It just speaks to your mindset. Dog girls are weird, man. Like, and again,
not dog girls are weird.
No, and again, I know dog girls. I know dog people that have clean houses. There's dog people that if the dog wasn't in the house, you walked in the house, you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. Yeah. But there's people that boy.
Don't get me wrong.
I'm at the front door. I know.
Yeah, there's people that I don't know. Is it the dog's house? This might be the dog's house.
So it's a farm up in that bitch.
But even so, just the mindset of a guy that's just in the yard with a dog, it's just
why?
It just says a lot to your mind. You're just in a different space.
It's a wait, and it's not different when it's a guy.
Huh?
Because I'm one and all with pet people.
No, but I don't get. Like dog boys are different too, and I don't get. but I can understand why. Like a dog is a man's best friend, innit? A man with a dog.
Yeah, but when they say man, they don't mean a male. They mean man as in human. Like how God says man shall not live by bread alone. God means women and men.
Is it?
Yeah, man means human.
Mankind, yeah.
Mankind.
What, so dog's Gada's best friend too?
Yes. It's kids' best friend. Have you not seen how the kids be attached
It's human beings' best friends, isn't it?
It's humans.
Oh.
No, like white people though, innit? White man.
I'm done. Hey.
Yeah, well, it's true.
Yeah.
But you know what's bad? That he hasn't contributed at all. You got a Dr. Umar radar within you. Because how is that the only contribution you make?
Nah, because...
No, man. Have you not seen... there was a whole trend on TikTok here of black people and how they treat their dogs. It's the funniest things.
Black people love dogs though.
But they treat them as like a kid. So they put a dog on punishment.
Yeah, not all black people, I'm saying, but the ones who do love
like,
dogs,
the dog
they
is part
love
of the family.
hard.
But those are black people in the West.
But don't you remember that? Do you remember that meme?
Back home.
Do you remember that meme years ago where they were all holding? It was black family holding hands to pray, and the dog was there too. There's no exempt. The dog was on his twos and they held hands on the left and right people. The dog was in the prayer circle.
Oh wow!
The way black people are with dogs I think is absolutely hilarious. They talk to them like, have you not seen the dogs in Nigeria? They get fed eba and pounded jam and stuff.
Yes.
They hold them, They hold one paw, and the dog is standing there. And they're scooping the okra and they're putting in the dog's mouth, and it's a whole thing. Like they take it seriously.
It's crazy.
Dog people take it seriously, but when it's black people, they take it extra seriously. It's like it's like a member of the family. I don't mind though, but it's a member of the family. I can move a guy that's got a dog. Nah, I've left a man for that. Oh no. I had a dog. We didn't discuss that.
Yeah,
it's not part of my relationship
I don't
contract.
think I can wife a thing of a dog.
I can't.
Nah, I can't.
Nah.
Like not full blown, like not long term.
You know they'll be kissing
Not
the
even a
dog in the
puppy,
mouth
bro.
and everything as well, innit?
Yeah, but that's the thing with black people. Black people don't do that. Black people don't do that. That's where you divide it with white and black. Yeah. Black people don't kiss the dog in the mouth. That's foolishness. They don't even let them in the bed. Well, some. But no, that's not my story. If a guy's got a pet, this conversation ends literally right here. I can never compromise on that. That's a red flag.
Kevin's a dog person.
Of course.
Well,
he said he sleeps in his bed too.
I bet it does.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. Kevin's a dog man. Yeah. Well.
So that's just that.
The snitches are done at Air anyway.
Oh yeah.
Say no to dogs, people.
Look at all the dog people. It says say no to dogs.
Let's get into our outro.
Oh, please. Coretta Scott King.
Man says she's my Coretta. I couldn't
You
believe
know,
that.
it's so funny. Charlemagne, they were talking about on Breakfast Club, and Charlemagne basically said that when MLK Day, I think it's next week or something, is coming up, people need to start putting Jonathan Majors in black and white on the poster. People have started doing it. Charlemagne actually posted one, and it's Jonathan Majors. You know, they do the whole party day. They'll for the raves, basically. And it's actually Jonathan Majors on the thing. There it is. And it actually looks sick. It looks very on brand. Because you can always catch him in the outfit that he needs to be in for that. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Please like the video. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on our social media platforms, The Day After TNB on Instagram, Twitter, and on TikTok. Also, if you want to send your dilemmas in, the number is 075-6484-1073. If you'd rather email, the email address is tdasubmissions@thenewblack.com. And if you want to inquire about the show, it's a different email address for that. So if you want to inquire about the show, or you want to feature on the show, or you have... Never mind. The email address is thedayafter@thenewblack.com. But have a great day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Peace.
Bye.
Oh.